And StreamYard has lost access to your Facebook. Yep. Thanks.
Rest
Thanks
in
for
peace,
telling me
Facebook viewers.
beforehand. There it goes. Now that can work too. There it fucking goes, boys. Yeah, this is Real Men Talk Shit, and it's been a long fucking time since we've had these mics in our face, and
2 weeks.
This is a different fucking show, actually. I had this little bit of an idea, and I threw it to the boys, and I was like, boys, do you guys want this idea? Do you guys want to do this? Let's have all of the boys in here and hang out and chat. So all of our Patreon people are in here as well. They'll get introduced to you guys as the show goes on. We'll throw them in as a guest and have a little bit of fun with them. Hopefully I'm not lagging because it says I have 1 bar of connection.
Looks good to me.
I'm good for you guys.
Yeah.
It says it's fairly good. So
Stream's looking good on the channel.
Yeah. So we should be fine. So we are going to introduce them to you guys as we go. We're going to sit here and bullshit. We're going to have a little bit of fun. And we'll just sit here and have some fun. So how the hell have you guys been? How was your 4th of July?
It was good. I mean, I didn't really do much, but, had some burgers, sat out, watched some fireworks.
That's pretty much all I did, too. Yeah, we went down to a lake, and that's really about it. My mom mentioned to me that America is one of, I think she said, 62 countries that celebrate independence from Britain. So shout out to all the countries that have a specific holiday for freedom from Britain. That was a pretty cool fact, I thought. I was thinking about that. They said the sun never set on British soil back then, and now it fucking does. So happy 4th of July, everybody.
Why isn't there a holiday that we all share that's just called Crown Day for every single country that just decides to leave Great Britain?
It's just one big fuck you to Britain.
Exactly.
Everybody likes to preserve their specific day. It's a special day in everyone's hearts, the day they freed themselves from England, and from Britain.
Exactly. Today was the first day that I felt not sore since the 4th of July. I fucking played kickball for 3.5 hours with my kids and 10 other kids that were playing and 2 other adults. But it wasn't like normal kickball. I've never seen kids so lazy in my fucking life. Why is the 30-year-old version of me the one who's running more than every single other person on the field?
They just want to watch.
Yeah,
Zach has the hustle.
My daughter, she's like, I'm gonna play third base. I said, okay. The ball bounced probably 2 feet away from her. If she took 2 or 3 steps, she could have grabbed it. She stood on the base with her hands out.
Left field got it.
There was nobody in left field. I was playing shortstop and had to run to get it.
Shortstop cover, hell yeah.
Exactly. Shortstop had to cover everything. I went from third base all the way over to first base. There was no bases. It was just all Zach. It was rather bad. It wasn't the most fun. I've never felt my ass and thighs burn in my life. Myth, you are lagging like a motherfucker.
Bye-bye, Myth.
I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry.
You're good, man. You're good. I just wanted you to know so that way we're not talking over you and you're going to yell at us and tell us. Is your mic on? Because we've already heard that once.
Which it is.
Yeah, which just so we know, it is on. I think StreamYard's having a problem connection-wise, and it's not necessarily us. I think it's actually their servers having a problem. Because my connection's doing the Harlem Shake.
The first minute I was muted.
So yeah, I had an interesting 4th of July. Saw the fireworks. Crazily enough, the baby finally took her first steps, which was fucking amazing. She ran into my arms, yeah. And the 4th was 2 years since she left the NICU, which was another really cool thing. So both things happened all.
Yeah,
nice little anniversary. Yeah, it was a good feeling. It's a good feeling. She just ran really right up to me for her first steps, and that was fucking fantastic.
Awesome, man. You get that forever now. You're the first one. You're the one she ran to. Great.
Exactly. It was fucking cool, man.
You get to hold that over everybody's head forever as a parent. Oh, yeah? Well, you ran right to me. Kind of like how Lennon said dad first, which is apparently what most babies do, if not all. Your kids say dad first?
Yeah, my son did and my daughter did. My oldest did not.
Yeah, I've been told it's most kids, but not all of it, on average. The average kid can say dad before they can say mama.
she was almost a year when I graduated. So like,
Yeah,
I wasn't there very much at the first year, so I understand. There's only so much you can do at that point.
You're looking crystal clear again, by the way, buddy. I don't know what the hell is
Oh,
going
there
on.
we go. My internet must be cutting out.
Would it have anything to do with the fact that we have guests tonight? You think that? Do we?
No, it shouldn't be doing that at all. Oh, so I didn't test this. This is completely a dry run. I wanted to see if it works. That's me being a shitty person. But in the grand scheme of things, I wanted to test this to see if it worked. So we do have 4 people here to come hang out and everything else.
It's probably just weather conditions
Yeah,
outside.
I think it's either weather or definitely server side for them. I don't think it's necessarily us. Because if 2 of us in different locations are having server issues, yeah, we're getting told we look okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So, do we want to go into our first topic, or do we want to bring on somebody, go into their stories, and then go into a topic that fits them? Which way do you guys want to go?
Good with whatever, man.
Let's make them wait.
Make them wait.
Because they're all sitting in the waiting room. What's the topic, Zach?
So, we were talking about this a little bit beforehand because somebody came in the room. They're like, Josh, you know what? I felt this entire time that I really, really absolutely needed to tell you who I thought you looked like, but I wasn't sure who the hell it was.
I didn't know that name that he said either. I get like 4 people, 99% of which is. Go ahead, Zach.
Obviously, Josh Palol is definitely the younger version of fucking Philip DeFranco.
Redneck Philip DeFranco.
We all know this. We all know that it is 100% Philip DeFranco. We know.
Especially when I have my hair cut a little shorter.
I get compared to fucking Hutch. I wanted to see who the fuck me and Josh came up with for who the fuck Myth looks like. Because
so we can be the Wish.com version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my thought from this came from I think it was Tony. He'll join us in a little bit. He came in and he's like, Zach, have you heard about this thing? If you put these people's pictures into this website, it finds the porn actress that looks exactly like them. I was like, fuck, man. They finally figured this out.
Thank you.
I wish that this came around when I was a teenager because I would have thoroughly enjoyed this for a long ass time. I've heard people say Myth looks like Ben Shapiro from his political background. I completely understand that. I definitely could see a John Playtech from PKA.
I don't know
who Mr. Lefty himself.
Oh, Lefty. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, when you use his actual name.
Yeah.
Why? I don't see that personally, but
it's not the closest resemblance, but it's slightly.
But we're reaching here anyways. Not everybody's going to look
hair.
as much like their person. They're not going to look as much like I look like Philip DeFranco, just.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's going to look as accurately as Hutch as I possibly am going to. Also, no, never again.
Never again.
We brought on people that will talk, not people that are viewers. That's all.
The person I think I look the most like is Elliot Rodger. Unfortunately.
Which, like I said, you explained briefly who that was beforehand, and I just said I'm really glad I didn't type it on Google because you guys feel free to, but I'm not gonna. You guys feel free to look it up. Josh tries to look up that guy's name or whatever, and 4 minutes from now the feds will be at the door again. So
the funny thing is if I combine both of you guys and you guys had a kid, Zach Bagans looks like both of you guys mixed together.
All right, how do you spell that last?
Z-A-K Bagans. B-A-G.
Google was listening. It's all good. That was the first completion.
Yep. That is Josh and Myth put together.
That might be Josh Myth,
That is 100% Josh Myth.
Especially with his glasses on.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is Josh Myth.
I can see it a little bit. Myth, we make a handsome man together, damn it.
Yeah.
You guys are millionaires for either duping people or overselling being touched by inanimate objects for your entire career. At least you guys will be taking care of.
Paranormal investigator. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has a show called Ghost Adventures. He also has a
Oh,
ghost
I just
hunting
hit
museum.
images with it.
that's
Honestly.
the person that does Ghost Adventures.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And you were watching Ghost Adventures the other day, and you're like, you know who the fuck this guy looks
Nope,
like?
it literally just clicked to me when I was sitting here looking at you guys trying to figure out.
Just
I was like,
putting the puzzle
does
together.
Myth look like him? No, Myth doesn't. Wait, both of you guys, though. That's fucking weird. Because it just like blended together.
Brain
I was like,
blend, man.
that's way too accurate and way too distinct.
That's funny. It's a mixture.
I'm not sure. We're gonna need some good submissions. We're gonna need some good. Some
I was
people to
waiting for
come
the
up with some
chat to
help.
just be interactive about this because I figured it would definitely be more of them kind of throwing stuff at us, but I'm surprised that they haven't.
I don't know. I feel like if you grew your goatee out a little more, I could say like anorexic Jack Black. You know, you got dark hair.
Have you never seen Hutch?
You got chill clothes. You know, you kind of wear like laid back. You know, the button ups. You know?
Yeah.
Have you never seen Hutch? Do you know
Yeah.
who Hutch is?
After you
Oh yeah.
told me all about it, I went and looked it up. And I was like, yeah, I definitely see a resemblance there.
Yeah, there's definitely a pretty accurate
Certain
resemblance.
pictures.
Yeah. Especially like his older pictures, not his newer pictures, but
Wasn't it Hutch who was saying that, who was not believing that you were the producer of PK when you were in his Twitch chat?
no, that was Hex.
Oh, that was Hex.
Thought you were
Okay.
trolling.
That was Hex. He's like, there is no
Man.
fucking way. That is Chiz. And I was like,
Ooh,
hey bud, nice to finally meet you. My name's Zach. How the fuck are you?
how the fuck are you? I know that's exactly what you type. How the fuck are you? And he was
No,
like, no, you're not.
I told it to his face, bud. This is when I met him. I met him and it was like, how the fuck are you, bud? I'm Zach. How are you doing?
That's not the Twitch chat
Did
thing you're talking
did
about?
he remember? He meant after the Twitch
Yeah,
chat.
after the,
Oh,
after the
okay,
Twitch
okay.
chat, he came on PKA afterwards, and I was
And you were
like,
like, yo, that really was me.
yeah, yeah. See, I'm real, you know.
He said,
It-
"Is
I'm not Chiz.
close though.
Nope.
I mean, he is in the neighborhood.
Could riz a little bit, not going to. I am much different looking than Chiz, you know, just a little bit.
To be fair, whenever you contacted me and I was told you were the producer to talk to, I naturally assumed that the name I'd always heard was Shiz at first, to be fair. As somebody that wasn't super up to date.
Yeah, well, I just started.
But then immediately you were like, what up, I'm Zach.
Yep.
Zach has 3 kids. He never comes in rags.
No,
That's a
why?
good point. He's hot load Zach. I never thought about the duality there.
He
It's
can't
almost
be
the yin and
Chiz
the yang.
rag.
No rag involved, straight hot loads. You got a good point, I guess.
Exactly. Those things are fucking dangerous, man. When you have that problem from a young age, it just happens, man. It just happens. Finding that was the weirdest fucking thing in the world.
I want to honestly, I'm not going to look into it, but I might. But that app, I'd forgotten about that match your face to a porn star app. That was
Yeah, don't
sounds
Google
pretty
that,
entertaining.
But
Gotta
there
admit.
was a subreddit for the longest time. It was called Doppelbanger.
Doppelbangers. Oh, good.
Yeah. So I wouldn't
What do you
be
mean there
surprised
was?
if
Damn it.
I wouldn't
No.
be I wouldn't be surprised if that is actually what they called the website too, because that
It's too good.
pun is fucking fantastic.
That's too
I can
good.
think of a few people that I'm like, yeah, yep. I need to see what they would compare it to.
Nice.
Well, that comment caught me off guard.
Yeah, me too.
So
I saw that.
yeah,
What was on the topic list?
yeah. I'm looking for some. I'm looking for some. So
The only thing that I could think of to make fun of that I haven't made fun of is the fact that I had no idea that Elon Musk had 1 million kids. I had no fucking idea. I thought the Grimes situation was like a
Yeah, what
one-off.
is it?
Like she
Is
was
it
like
8?
yo billionaire and he knocked her up.
12.
I think they said with these are apparently twins and it's 9. Now
It's 9.
I feel like
Yeah, it's
the
9 or 10.
topic's relatively beat to death as of late, but just the kid factor is something I didn't know about. Like I was like, what? And
did you see the Twitter thread? The Twitter thread was the
Oh,
funniest
no.
part.
I bet
So
it is.
somebody posted a picture of the article saying that they just found out that he had 2 kids that were changed into his name, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to repopulate the world. The population's down." Fucking Nick Cannon the biggest dick rider I've ever seen in my life. He's like, yeah, you and me both, brother.
Oh my God. That's the future we need. Nick Cannons and Elon Musk kids.
That's a really, really fucked up world. That's a really, really fucked up world. How the
Elon Musk and Nick Cannons?
That is the two most polar opposite people that I could ever see interacting ever in my fucking life.
I mean, they're saying he's trying to be the next Genghis Khan. You know, they say like 1/3 of, humanity on the Asian continent or something has Genghis Khan's DNA up the line because all the children he fathered. I mean, maybe he's just thinking about the long game, Maybe people aren't thinking about the long game enough.
Like, there's irony in who they are if you just look at them plainly. One of them is an autistic white man who's a billionaire and just does computer shit and just repopulates the world. The other one is a wannabe rapper who just rhymes words together enough to have an MTV show.
Even when he was a child star. That was the best,
and somehow ends up with Mariah Carey.
How many kids did he have before the hair plugs, though?
He had hair plugs?
Have you never seen the old photo of Elon Musk?
No,
I think like all of them are after.
Oh, wait, were those real? When he was like really badly balding?
Yes.
Those are real. Seriously, I just naturally assumed. I don't see anything on the internet and take it at face value, basically. So I saw those and I was like, ha. I didn't know that. Wow, at least he's open about it, I guess. At least he's like, if there are pictures of when he was bald, it's fake. Got no choice but to rock it. I always assumed that all those pictures were fake, man.
No, yeah. He got really good hair plugs.
There's a fake, I assume a fake picture. I don't know if I've talked about this on here before. I'm assuming it's fake because, again, it's the internet. But there's a picture of Elon Musk sitting at a computer with the RuneScape login screen, and he looks way younger. You guys seen that? And his apparently his location on Twitter for a while was, I think it was Berthorpe. It was a city in RuneScape. It wasn't Tavern. It was Berthorpe. And somebody tweeted at him and said, "Do you play OSRS?" And he tweeted back a winky face, which is enough for RuneScape conspiracy theorists.
Well, he probably does. Like, you gotta think, he's one of those old guys that just has been on the computer since before PayPal.
He fits the bill for RuneScape. Can I say that? And I mean,
he fits the bill more than you do. Like, fuck.
As I was saying, I mean, no offense to myself, but he's I wouldn't be surprised. Wow, man. So that was his real hair. That picture of him like at the computer with PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, he went bald pretty young, man. He doesn't look very old in that picture. It's early 20s.
Yep.
Wow, those were okay. Good job on the hair plugs. They were very successful. That's what a billionaire can do, huh?
Yeah.
Now, does he have the kind, do you think? I saw a dude in prison one time where they had fallen out, and he had nasty looking bean sprouts, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
You know how that works, right?
Yeah.
If your hair falls out and you lose the pore, like the pore that the hair was in itself, like the pore comes out, the root of the hair comes out instead of it just breaking, you'll lose that hair follicle for the rest of your life. It will not grow back.
So they just stab some in there and reroot it?
And hope that they stick.
So that's why 80% of this fell out, and this dude was walking around. I mean, it looked like bean sprouts. I felt bad for the dude, like going to the barber shop in there. Like, that's probably just embarrassing. Like, just take that all the way down. I don't want to talk about it.
It's weird that you have somebody like Elon Musk that actually succeeded with their hair plugs as well as they did. And then you look at somebody like LeBron James, who has more money than anybody knows what to do with, and his hair rolls back when his headband pushes a little too far.
His hairline is very far back. That's very true. Is there any possibility? I might be out of date now, but is there any possibility he's got a sick ass toupee, man? Is he keeping that bitch slick up top and just gluing it on every day? You think?
I think he glues like this part, but his fucking sweatband literally pushed up his hairline back to like here.
No, I was talking about Elon Musk.
Who are we talking? Oh yeah,
I don't think Elon Musk looks like plugs.
I think it's pretty open that he got plugs. Yeah.
Okay, so he just doesn't even try to hide it. A toupee just seems like it'd be a hassle, man. I mean, I've seen Goodfellas. You remember Maury's toupees? They never come off. You can swim with them, and he got stabbed in the neck with an ice pick. So I wouldn't do a toupee personally. That's what I took away from that movie.
I remember all those cartoon shows where they would end up having like a black toupee on top of their gray hair, and they would just glue on the black hair, and it would look fucking stupid.
It was in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation too, wasn't it? Wasn't the grandpa's toupee just straight the wrong color? You remember the one that was smoking the stogie?
Never seen that movie.
Damn. Well,
I don't think you understand how many movies I haven't seen.
I haven't either, man. Shows and movies. I'm the exact same way. People could sit there and have a conversation around me about TV shows and movies all day, and I've seen very few of them.
I'm like, if I'm not at the computer, or playing
Sleep.
video games, I don't want to be watching a TV show. It's very, very rarely that I care enough.
Every
why
once in a while,
we
me and the
never-
wife find something to watch through, but overall, I'm good with scrolling through YouTube at night with her and hanging out or something. You know, it ain't.
The last thing that caught my attention completely was fucking You, and nothing else has caught my attention like that.
We've
And
watched every episode of that
Yep.
shit. That shit's so
that
good.
show
bro.
is so fucking good.
That show is good.
Season 4 is being filmed. They just leaked the picture of it the other day. And homeboy's got a little beard going now, man. So he might be on the lurk, but I ain't trying to spoil anything, you know.
Oh,
But yeah, that was a
that's
great
the
one.
entire MO.
Let him going on the yeah.
Yeah.
Start over again. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That show is so underrated for what it genuinely is.
That dude looks like Ted Bundy. For those who have not seen You, I'm putting it out there. Penn Badgley, I think is his name, right?
Yep.
Is that his name?
Mhm.
He looks like fucking Ted Bundy, bro. So he plays this role great because his facial expressions, man, dude looks like Ted Bundy. And I'm not the only one that thinks that, because when season 1 came out, we watched it. I Googled it, and everybody on the internet was like, why does he literally look like a serial killer, though?
He is one of those people. He just started a podcast. I would love to genuinely talk to him, because I feel like he has some of the weirdest fucking stories, because he's had to be in that mindset to be that character.
I was about to say, I'd imagine he's super interesting.
And he's had the complete opposite kind of character in like the girly TV shows and everything else. Like, how the fuck does that genuinely flip like that?
Acting chops.
That makes
He's
so
a
damn
beast.
sense. Yeah.
How depressed does he get trying to do these other roles? I wonder, you know. Some people method act. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger, I guess, you know. So people do that method acting and let it take over their life and consume them. And
Yeah.
sometimes people don't come back from that.
No, sometimes you scare yourself literally to death.
Did you guys ever hear about how Jared Leto was doing when he was playing the Joker, because he was stepping into Heath Ledger's shoes, that he stayed in character every time he had the makeup on all day, and they said it was insanely aggravating to deal with, and he was pissing everybody off because once he got the makeup on or whatever, he was the Joker until they took that shit off, and he wasn't doing anything else.
No, I heard the entire time that he method acted the entire thing. It was more or less like he sent people
Even
dead
without
cats. He was like fucking with people. He was legitimately doing some fucked up shit. Like, I could be wrong, but I remember hearing that.
I've heard
Cool urban legend, if
stories
not.
like that too. I'm not sure if they're actually true.
Like, there's the dude who did My Left Foot, who's also a method actor, and whatchamacallit, he didn't walk around on anything other than his left foot the entire time that the movie was filmed. And that was a movie about cerebral palsy and everything else.
Right, he had to use his left foot to move his wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know why I get that reference is because of Family Guy. I learned a lot of culture from having not understanding Family Guy jokes and then Googling them later. And I was like, oh, cool. It's a story. It's like a little
That was the
musical
only
about a
way that
dude,
you
know?
could catch up, bud. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, I was actually, I was like 14 when they made that joke, you know, with Stewie, and he's like, my left foot, going back and forth. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Starting watching Family Guy when I was like 11 was just, it was hard to get the references all the time. It's mostly 80s movies and shit they're making fun of, you know? I stopped being allowed to watch it because they said everybody from New York needs to fornicate themselves with an iron stick. And I said, Mom, what does fornicate mean? And she was like, where did you hear that? Because I was like 11. That show, I think it's called The Griffins. I don't know what it's called, but it's really funny. And she was like, you need to not watch that anymore. So I kept watching it much more than that after she said that.
After I hit like 10, I kind of just did what I wanted. So I remember this one time, and I didn't even do this, which is the funnier part. My mom found American Pie, all 3 of the discs, just the loose discs, shoved underneath my TV stand. She's like, Zach, why the hell do you have these movies in there? Like, I have no idea. I didn't put them there. She's like, stop fucking lying. Like, I bought you a Playboy. What else do you need? I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Were they really not your DVDs?
No, they were hers. I didn't touch them. I have no idea how they fucking got there.
Oh, it was just, she just thought you stole them to go rifle them away and watch them?
Yeah. And I had...
They were wildly inappropriate for a 10-year-old for what it's worth.
But I was 12. In between 12 and 13. It was in between 6 and...
That's probably not that bad then, in my opinion. I mean, I guess other people would view that differently. It's probably rated R or
who
whatever.
the fuck knows what the hell a movie about American Pie is? Just looking at the cover, I'm not gonna fucking know what American Pie is.
Yeah,
What
until you
fuck
watch
are
the movie,
talking
you don't
about?
get the cover of it. It's an apple pie with a hole in it. You're like, American Pie, I mean, cool, you know, as American as apple pie, you know?
And Bandcamp is literally an apple pie with a fucking oboe. Like, how the fuck do you know what the hell that is? Like, you just fucking don't.
They really scraped the bottom of the barrel with that. Like American Pie was awesome, but those like early 2000s, late 90s teen movies, bro, they scraped the bottom of the barrel so hard on that shit, man. Like so few of them I regard as like actually good classics, and especially particularly American Pie. I mean, how many American Pie Presents, dude? Holy shit. They followed them with the like 3 parts of that, and then there was a wedding, right? Was it American Wedding, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah. Then they had, I mean, every single kind of The Naked Mile. Do y'all remember that one? Was Euro Trip from these guys? Euro Trip was awesome. I like Euro Trip a lot. Scotty doesn't know. I don't know, man. So many of the branch of that American Pie just got poisoned, in my opinion, because they made such a great success out of it. You know, The Naked Mile was just like, can we do another teen comedy movie with some titties in it? Because they'll go see it in theaters. I mean, just like, can we come up with any excuse we can for perverted college guys to find some mission to go on to look at titties? Yeah, let's do it. You know, at least American Pie had like a story to it. There was some substance, some relatability. Blink-182 was in it. You know, then they were just like, okay, so here's what we like: college perverts and titties. Sells out, sells arenas.
Exactly. My favorite one of those actually is one of the second trilogy or whatever the fuck it is American Reunion. It's where all of the old people interact with all of the new people. So they're aging out of college and they're like coming back to high school. So like there's this big house party where all of them are there. And like you see
new generation.
And you see like all of them fuck around with each other and interact with each other.
Just like old times.
Yeah, it's that one's interesting.
I mean, that's how I learned about what's his name, Sean William Scott. That's the first time I ever saw him, I think. I mean, come on, the dude's a legend.
Yeah, Stiffmeister.
Stifler, man. Yeah, legendary character. Oh, here's one. This is so random and probably not even hardly worth a mention on a podcast, especially after we just got done talking about movies we haven't seen. Have you guys seen Wayne's World and Night at the Roxbury? Either one of you? There's been a gnarly debate going on that I've been keeping an eye of people arguing about which one's better, but I guess if neither one of you guys have seen it, then or seen both of them at least. It's a double requirement. You have to have seen both to judge, obviously. But personally, I'm just going to put it out there, hot take. I think Wayne's World is a little bit better. It's a little bit more appropriate, a little bit more rock and roll, and that's what I go for. I'm just throwing it out there.
Have you seen The Lighthouse?
No. What is that? Is that a movie?
Yeah, The Lighthouse is such a good movie. Zach, have you seen that?
That's the one with Robert Pattinson, right?
I think so. I'm bad.
No, I haven't. I'm the dude from Twilight, the dude that's the new Batman.
That's Rob Pattinson.
Maybe.
I think they talked about it on PK. I know what you're talking about. If it's that, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Wow, that's unfortunate. But
I saw Twilight twice in theaters.
Definitely recommend that. Go through that.
So if it's him, and if that's the movie that you think it is, then it's a new movie, a recent one, then, right?
It's like the past couple of years.
Okay. Yeah, I saw Twilight twice in theaters. I fucking hated Twilight. I was a freshman in high school, I think, when that movie came out, dude. The first time I went to go see it, my girlfriend bought tickets. My girlfriend at the time bought tickets for me because she knew that I would feel bad if she spent money on me and then I didn't show up, you know? Like, she bought tickets, said we're going to go see it, so I sat through it, whatever. And then, like 4 days later, I took a large excess, and I do not recommend this. Don't try this at home. I took an excess of over-the-counter cough syrup, dextromethorphan DXM. Ended up completely spun out of my mind, confused out of the universe, and some girl bought us all tickets to go see the Twilight movie, and I basically watched it in reverse. For those of you who have ever experimented with that kind of cough syrup, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, I have a real weird relationship with Rob Pattinson after watching Twilight under the influence of dextromethorphan. So if he's in that movie, man, I'll watch it. I think he saved my soul in that movie theater, man. There was some crazy shit going on. So Rob Pattinson, you're out there. Thank you, man. You and I, Rob, we know what you did, man. I love you in the Batman, even though I haven't seen it yet. Because
he came through the screen,
dude. He came through my soul, man, and pieced it back together. No, the worst part was that there were a bunch of people that I went to high school with. One of my teachers there, my pupils were like this big, dude. That was the sketchiest night of my life, pretty much. I enjoyed that about 2 or 3 more times than I think I tried actual stuff, and I was like, that cough syrup, that's some 4th grade shit. That's terrible. No, I'm not doing that anymore. So walking around watching Twilight and seeing all of my teachers with pupils looking like hubcaps was a very memorable night for me. And I can't tell the story of Rob Pattinson saving my soul because it's very personal between me and him. But I still hate Twilight, but I respected his acting in that movie.
I've seen that damn movie
after I was high as shit on it.
All of them in the fucking
theater. You probably remember none of it accurately.
No, probably not. But I know that for part of it, it felt like he was talking to me. And that's probably how that movie is designed to be written. It's probably why it was so popular with teenage girls, and maybe just like looking through the lens of the powerful substance that is, which is just ridiculous that it was over the counter like that. And we were almost at the lethal dose. We were dumb. I didn't know anything about that. They said drink 2 bottles of it. And I said, okay, cool. I look back now and I looked at the dosage and I look at my weight and I look at my height. And I'm like, man, I was really stupid back then.
That is very, God, that is terrible.
I'd actually, I don't want to harp on about this too long because we have some guests, but I do think it's funny. You know how urban legends kind of go around about drugs? You know,
I told them to get ready. You're good. Just keep talking.
Cool, good.
Yep.
You know, there's urban legends about drugs. Everybody's always heard the thing about like, oh, that dude took acid and said he's a glass of orange juice, or they stared at the sun until they went blind. Dude, when that same night before we went to the Twilight movie, I was sitting in a car, and I don't know how to describe this, dude, but I was utterly convinced that I was a staircase. I was like one with, I could only vision my body as being like the middle of a staircase. I literally don't know how to put this right. My friend walks up to the car and goes, Josh, yo, man, are you tripping, bro? And I was like, I'm a staircase. And I remember him laughing, right? But check it out. So like 3 weeks later, I'm at the skate park, which is where this was all going down all the time anyway. Skate parks are always sketchy. Like 3 weeks later, I'm at the skate park and I'm standing by the bowl and I'm skating over there. And these dudes are talking about getting some cough syrup, you know, doing the same dumb stuff we did. Don't recommend. Don't try it, guys. It's ignorant as hell. And the dude was like, I don't know, man.
Twilight, man.
Definitely don't do that. That'll weird you out. You don't want Robert Pattinson to reach into your heart. Okay. It's a terrifying experience. Oh, hell, man. I started thinking about Rob Pattinson again. Yeah, so I walk up to the edge of the bowl, and the dude says, man, I don't know if I want to try it. I heard some dude drank a bunch of it and thought he was a staircase. I was like, bruh, let me tell you something. I didn't think I was a staircase. I became a staircase. There was no thinking. I was a staircase. So hopefully he gave it a good shot that night. I'm just kidding, everybody. I'm just kidding.
I thought that was gonna go another direction. I thought that was gonna go that he had the same experience. I thought he was gonna.
He was the next stair, bro.
I thought he was.
It was the stairway to heaven we were forming. It was human souls.
I did that. I was a staircase.
Well,
oh,
it's
that
okay.
would be awesome.
After this entire story,
relationship,
and I think Myth will agree. We're going to make a 2-off shirt. One person can win it, and Josh has to wear one. As long as Karis is okay with it. It's going to be JP, Loves, and then the big Twilight picture.
What, like the cover of the book?
Yep.
Great.
No, the Robert Pattinson picture of him sparkling.
Oh, even better. Yeah, the glitter skin, man.
Yeah.
That part was corny to me, even under illicit substances. That always sucked to me. I was like, damn, you made vampires not able to go in sunlight because their skins glitter. This sucks. What a terrible take on vampires. But
yeah.
But when the glitter saves your life, okay, it'll mean something different to you guys. All right, Rob Pattinson's there. Trust me.
Oh yeah, you sure?
Hilarious.
Would you say it gave you a new moon?
Oh man, that was such a good one and such a dad one at the same time.
I know,
that was a great one.
Fucking fantastic, wasn't it?
Soon the sun was coming up, man. It was breaking dawn. You know, I was looking over the horizon.
Sometimes you just get stuck with the Deathly Hallows.
Who are you dragging in first? I see that nobody has typed in there in 20 minutes.
Cowboy literally said that he was coming first, and then guess what? Didn't even join the stream.
I think we have guests in a waiting room just for the viewers.
We do have guests in a waiting room.
We've had guests just chilling, like guests, friends, acquaintances of the show, you know, whatever you want to call it.
I also have a Discord call open with them, and I asked 5 minutes ago, who wants to go first? Everybody proceeded to say, not me, Cowboy would.
But Cowboy is not an evidence.
Where's Cowboy?
It's gradually turning into a Just the Boys episode, not a community appreciation episode.
Exactly. This is not turning into the community appreciation episode that we need here, fellas.
We're trying, man.
Cowboy always comes first. Cowboy leads the pack.
We walked into that one.
Yeah.
Murph, what are you doing, man? You at work?
There's Zach, of course.
Murph's awesome. We love Murph.
Knock. Murph said absolutely he's not doing anything because he doesn't even tell stories. And we got somebody.
He's not
here.
Listening. Hey.
Yo, what's up, boys?
Hey,
you are live, just that way you know, obviously. But I'm telling you so you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good to see you, man. How are you?
Well, y'all doing all right? Don't mind anybody in the background.
They're just walking in the mountains back there.
That's Casper right there.
Grandma, I'm on the TV. Get out of here.
In and out of existence.
Yeah, well, we've been moving for the past couple of days, so it's been a whole process. But yeah, man, everybody been doing good. Josh, what a story about the DXM. Whenever you were on that, did you ever feel like you were crawling on walls or crawling through or pulling yourself through doorways?
Complete lack of spatial dimension awareness at all. There were spaces like I would look at a wall and not understand why I can't walk up it because it didn't look the angle that I was seeing looked like I could just walk up it. Does that make sense?
Yes,
almost like a Schrodinger's equation situation on if you want to be
some sketchy stuff, man. Yeah, I've done that one time.
It wasn't really there until I believed it was there, sort of kind of fluid, and the angles. It was weird, man. It was like another dimensional space. Looked like I could walk right up it.
It kept me fucked up for like 48 hours. Didn't recommend it. Don't recommend it still. Tried to do it or achieve that same feeling one other time. Threw up violently. Nothing happened. It was awful. So
you might have got the second kind with the guaifenicin or whatever it is in it. They put some stomach irritant in some of it.
Yeah, it's possible they do so that people don't get fucked up off of it or don't try to. Yeah. I would want to do that.
Fun fact, the ones that I drank were the stomach irritant ones. Tanked it, boys. Tanked it.
Like a champion.
When in doubt, don't fuck up your stomach. Only fuck up your liver. We got this, boys.
God only knows what kind of damage that stuff does. Drinking it in those doses, it literally was like 70% of the lethal dose or so. Cowboy, it sounds like you took about how much I took. So, I mean, it's actually close to that stuff can kill you. It's toxic. So once again, everybody, don't recommend. Take just the recommended amount. It helps with coughs. You don't need to go to Mars with it. It's not fun.
Do you have like black shit
no joke.
Yeah. Lots of, when I was young, I wasn't really thinking about it like that. I just, just ate willy-nilly and did whatever, I guess. But yeah, looking back, I do remember now having like stomach pains later and stuff like that. And just thinking, honestly, when I was like 14 like that, I was drinking a lot of stuff anyways. My stomach was already burning a lot. It is what it is. But like you said, man, that 48 hours, I didn't know that going into it. He's not exaggerating either. When he says 48 hours, you're going to be not able to walk upstairs for literally at least one day. You're going to have to be on all fours. I'm totally serious. Man.
No, he's not joking. Like I literally mean it whenever I'm saying crawling on walls. Like there's no other way I could maneuver other than to crawl on the side of the wall. It's bad. It was awful.
Then mysteriously, though, you get where you're trying to go, and you're like, I must have taken the ceiling to get here. There was no other route. You look behind you, and all you see is the wormhole, and you're like, clearly, I have transcended. No,
it was a teleportation.
Kind of what it feels like. Oh, actually, it's funny you say that because I would have like holes in my memory from it, man, and just straight up be somewhere else. Just all of a sudden, oh shit, just a new house, new people. What the fuck? Once again, everybody, toxicity is bad for you. This was our body on the verge of death. Do not ever take higher than recommended doses. That's been damn. How long ago now?
Look at little Wayne. How many times has he had seizures because of taking a whole bunch of syrup?
Yeah, he's drinking the codeine kind, but it's still gonna kill you either way. Too much of just
still gives you the shakes, and then you hit the floor at some point.
I've never understood
recreational drugs are bad. Don't do those. Don't do any drugs. To be fair.
If they're recreationally legal, then moderate yourselves, I suppose.
Yes.
That's our good compromise. I just saw a kneecap behind you, Cowboy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very entertained by this, man. It's very funny. I got a weird sense of humor, I guess, but the flicker is great.
No, it's pretty funny. I don't count plants as drugs though. So I don't.
If you don't have to do nothing to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm kind of where you're at. I understand what they mean by drug is like I prefer the term intoxicant, if anything. I can understand weed is an intoxicant, but drugs, I agree with you, man. I'm typically thinking of a different chemical.
Hey.
Speaking of clouds.
Yeah, speaking of clouds, I do want to preface this. I wanted to test at least a little bit with 5 people because we have been prompted to try and get Wendigoon on as a host. So obviously,
Wendigoon will obviously be replacing me. So
yeah,
it'll be a great
exactly.
It will.
Cloudy. So this is the famous Cloudy. Everybody knew Cowboy already. I wasn't going to introduce him. He didn't even introduce himself. He just jumped in and started talking. This is Cloudy.
He's known.
He's the guy that Josh was talking about like 3-4 episodes ago. He has a couple crazy stories that he'll probably throw in here at some point. But
no, I'll never do anything like that. What? Be entertaining? What? No,
no, Cloudy, you're not entertaining.
No.
Glad it cracks me up.
No, now y'all are fucking making me feel awkward. Y'all need to continue.
All right, we're sorry. Everybody, please focus your attention on Cowboy. And
all right, story time with Cowboy.
With all you Southern people, I want to hear this shit.
Oh,
Is this shit that
yeah.
happened with the Georgia guide stones? Is
The
this
glide
shit a conspiracy
stones?
theory? Yeah.
There was a
conspiracy
bit that
theory.
glided for a minute.
They
but
glided
yeah,
through
exactly.
the air.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
retarded. Remember this.
What
I
it
had
was,
no
all the
idea that
time.
happened until you showed me.
it was a national tragedy, is
Dude,
what
wait
it
a
was.
second. It was.
It was an act of terrorism either way, I guess, technically.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to ask Josh, fucking as a domestic terrorist,
Yeah.
like how do you feel about this particular act of fucking ridiculous and extreme fucking just violence?
so we
Why
finally
would you-
found out who the Fed is on my Twitch chatting on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do you feel about?
Always
So,
been-
Josh, how would you have
Oh,
done this?
yeah, how,
after that?
if
Yeah.
you did,
How many
Bro,
pipe
did you go
bombs
to
is
law
the
school?
right amount?
You should be a prosecutor. That was the
if
most
you-
prosecutor shit I've
if
ever
you
heard.
did this, how would you have done it?
What did he do wrong, Josh? Hold up. No, there's no right fucking way to answer this. By doing it at all, that's how he did it wrong. So you're saying you
Yes.
should have used different explosives? No, fuck, man. No, that's not how this is going.
Would you have gone with fucking C4 or just like farm dynamite?
All right, here's the
So-
thing. I legit
You know what
don't
I
know
mean?
what he used. What did he use, Zach? I just saw the video and I went on PK. Zach showed it to me, but
I don't.
you don't
even
know either. Yeah, I have no
Nobody-
clue what happened or why. All I know
Feel
is
like-
that, like somebody salty.
They blew it
Fertilizer
up.
would have worked better than whatever he did use.
You're talking about Ampho?
Ampho?
What?
And Ampho is ammonia and fertilizer. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's
No.
definitely. Yeah.
No
whatever you
recipe.
can put
Or
the back of a
diesel,
U-Haul.
It's diesel fuel and fertilizer.
Mhm.
Ammonia.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
stop with that.
Yeah.
No, hey.
No recipes.
You're not allowed to make it. Don't do
Hey,
it.
you should not mix 2 parts of the diesel with 1 part of the fertilizer.
Whoa.
Yeah. No.
I saw
Fuck
I saw
off.
Zach's mouse hand get over there. Zach reached the
Y'all
mouse.
are
I was
not
like,
allowed
oh,
to
shit.
talk about that shit.
This isn't
Whoa,
a recipe,
whoa,
but I
what-
can say, did I ever tell you guys that the feds,
You're
They didn't have
fucking
shit on
towing
me?
the line here, son.
we're always towing line, bro. That's what we do for a living. When the
Drag
feds, they had
balls
nothing
the
on
line,
me.
not go over.
They went all the way down to Natchez, Mississippi to my grandparents' house where I lived for 1 year when I was 13, man, with no search warrant, and asked my grandparents, can we look? And they said yes, because we had nothing to hide, right? They found out that we have a hunting camp. Did I ever tell anybody this, man? My
I've heard
grandparents,
this.
we're from the South, bro. They got a hunting camp, right?
Go
Cool.
ahead,
Mhm.
man.
Grew
I
up
know
there.
exactly what a hunting camp is. You
Of
don't have to
course.
explain that shit to me.
So the feds go, well, we want to come investigate the hunting camp. And he goes, okay. What did they find at the hunting camp, bro?
Guns. They found probably some mounted animals.
Ammo, you got
Yeah.
some ammo.
They
you
had
got-
ammo and they had guns and we had fertilizer for the food plots. And they're like, oh shit, look what we have here, motherfucker. Like, bro, are
We
you
got
serious?
you.
And,
We
and
got
my
you.
grandfather told me, my grandfather said there was one redneck sheriff out there that's like the local cop that's like
Mhm.
70 years old, you know, and it's all these feds that they were calling Yankees that were just like tearing up this place. And he said that this 20-year-old Yankee with an iPad is how my grandpa put it, comes around the corner and goes, well, look at this. I found some fertilizer. He was going to make some stuff with this, you know. And then apparently that old sheriff was like, boys, I don't know what in the hell you think you came down here for. It's going to be exploded. There's going to be damn guns, ammunition, and fertilizer. It's a damn old. And he said it just took all the steam out of their sales. Yes, most old people sound vaguely like Hank Hill, not quite, you know. And what the fuck do you expect to find though? That's how desperate. That's how desperate they are, man. So I already know about the. Yeah, you got to be careful with fertilizer because apparently they tried to pin that on me that my grandfather,
Surprisingly.
5 hours away, way down in the deep south of Mississippi, had some fertilizer with his
Josh, you know for
verifiable
damn
food
sure
plots.
he had some aluminum foil sitting in one of the drawers too. Because you have
The
to
funny part
package up
is-
your meat somewhere.
The funny part is that wait, what
He
the fuck
had
is the
night-
foil do? I don't even know. Look, see this? See, ironically, I don't even know what the hell the foil's for. Is that another terrorist joke?
He had
Yeah,
nail,
it's part of the.
a mason jar, and
See, we can't even say.
fertilizer.
Oh no, you're cloudy.
Oh, fuck.
The best part is though that my we have some neighbors that came over. What happened?
Josh and
We got
Nick
some
just
delay
started
issues,
lagging
huh?
like a motherfucker.
I lagged. I lagged.
Oh, everybody
I'm frozen.
lagged, other than me.
Yeah.
You guys are good.
StreamYard sputtering.
Yep, it's having some problem.
Well,
Oh,
who
Oh.
are we
shit.
getting background noise
Cowboy's gonna get smacked.
yeah.
Somebody's gonna fucking hit Cowboy in a second. I know that.
He's like,
Cowboy's about to get hit with a fucking frying pan, and we're gonna fucking see it.
Is that terms of service or?
Only if you have to press charges.
then it's a crime.
You know, abusing your grandchildren, I guess, is accepted considering you're over the age of 18.
Good point. Now it's just domestic violence. It's not child abuse.
Exactly.
It's way better. It's way better. I'm assuming. Are we good now? I'm looking at the stream now, and it looks like
Abusing your grandchildren.
Yeah,
Hey,
it seems like it's pretty good.
what's
I've
worse,
been keeping an eye
abusing
on
your
it.
grandchildren or abusing your grandmother?
Definitely abusing your grandchildren, although I feel like it's a loaded question when you shouldn't answer in the first place.
wait.
I'm gonna do it
Why do you
anyway.
have to do either one though? Like what?
Yeah.
Can we just say neither? Shit.
You
Which
can't.
one's worse? Yeah.
That wasn't an option.
So if you had to stop abusing your grandchildren or stop abusing your grandmother,
Which one would you stop? Which one would you spare? Great. We're gonna go for grandma for 300. No. The real question is, how old is the grandkid? When you say your grandkid, are you talking about like a baby?
No,
or
Doesn't
no,
matter.
no,
me?
no.
You've
This
already
is just
given
a
your
bad topic. Bad topic.
Yeah, we're
So-
going down a bad hole
Claudia.
here.
So your dad is 2 inches inside of you, and you're 2 inches inside
Oh,
of your
no.
mom. Which way do you go? Do you go backwards or forwards?
you
Last
go,
question.
you go forwards.
Much better question.
Yeah, you have to go forwards. I mean,
Chinese finger trap, basically.
that's
So, I mean,
that's messed up, but I ain't. Yeah, no, I'm going forwards.
I think forward is the only answer, but you know.
why do you got to go somewhere, man?
You
Why
gotta
can't you
keep-
just?
you gotta take-
Johnny's like, I lean with it
forward.
and rock with it.
Yeah, well,
Why you in a
that's the
hurry?
Mormon thing to do if you just soak.
You gotta keep pushing forward. Always.
Yeah, exactly. Cloudy tells me I'm a Mormon all the time. I know better than
He
to
is a
move.
Mormon. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
No, he just admitted.
I've been saying that since I met him. I knew it.
No, you've been saying that since you asked me for a job, you old fuck.
We were gonna fucking run shit with the fucking merch, and you didn't want to. We're not even fucking talking.
Cloudy had a monopoly idea. He had an idea for a big conglomerate.
Yeah,
Okay,
he was trying to monopolize.
Hey,
We couldn't get the
big
capital
merchandise.
together, but it was a good
big
start. You know.
plans. Big plans.
Yeah, I got a random message on Twitch, and it says, "You know,
That's
man."
how I met. That's how I met this fucker.
Yeah, he's like, "You know, man, I could help you with a lot of shit." And I was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "I'm looking for a job, though." I'm like, and I didn't respond at first. I legitimately read it aloud on Twitch, and then berated him, and now he's one of my best friends.
Hey,
It is funny how that works out.
Yeah, exactly.
worked
He
out
did.
great.
He made fun of me fucking live. I listened to it. I felt kind of bad, like to begin with. Like I was like, he seems kind of cool though. And then
Just a little
I met fucking Myth at fucking 3 a.m. playing chess like a fucking psychopath. He is
Playing triple
insane.
chess.
Oh, this dude is fucking crazy as fuck, dude. He will play chess for hours and hours and hours.
This kid
Right,
lost
that's his
5
jam.
euro the other day and threw his headset across his room and went to go take a
He got
walk.
very angry about it. Like,
That's
he
true.
was-
I'll get tilted about the games I care about too, whether they got graphics.
Yeah,
or
and
on
your
board, you know what I
RuneScape,
mean?
your RuneScape, which is even worse.
I
Y'all are all
don't really
crazy
rage
as
at
fuck.
RuneScape. I mean, I did in 2012 one time, but RuneScape.
Yeah,
That's
just
not
that
true.
once.
RuneScape gets me tilted. Never mind. I take it back. Yeah, I do get pissed off as fuck.
What are you
Never
talking
mind, man.
about? I
I'm taking it
watch
back.
your stream, dude.
Gee,
I was
it's
thinking
just not as
fucking
much
I was
as
fan.
you
thinking
used
ELO.
to.
ELO is not applicable. I was thinking more like Overwatch. I get triggered as fucking Overwatch, like
Yeah.
competitive. But RuneScape, I still get mad at it. But it's not a
He
competitive
even
thing like
uses the
chess.
mythical B word when he's playing Overwatch.
Oh yeah, I've heard him say bitch before. That's definitely true.
I do tell people they're a bitch
is
when I'm playing
that
Overwatch
against
all the time.
TOS or is that
No, you're good.
No,
I was saying it's a mythical B word because I'm not allowed to say it. I get yelled at for it.
No, you just can't call him
Sure.
Josh. It.
the word doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I just don't like it directed at me. It's a very disrespectful thing to say to somebody.
It is.
It's prison terms of service.
You
That's
need
all.
to fucking reserve
Prison
it
terms
for
of service.
like. You need to reserve.
You need
it
to
for-
reserve it for people that are running 2 shields with a bastion on Overwatch. That's an excellent scenario to use.
Wow, see, like
perfect.
that's how I know you're insane. Because you fucking like have that scenario in your head like that's a bitch. Yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna call you a bitch because you're doing that.
Hell yeah.
That's when it's acceptable, right? Like
That's one of the
when you-
scenarios. you
yeah,
know.
like you just go in on somebody, you're like, you're a fucking bitch. Fuck you.
I'm trying to
Running-
remind myself
running-
there's a person
running
behind
two
that
shields?
avatar. I'm still trying to
Running
work
2
on that.
shields? No, running 2 shields. Fuck him.
Well, the best part is
Or
it
her.
takes 3
Or
motherfuckers
her.
to do
Or
that. So I'm
them
really
or
talking to all
they.
of them.
I don't want to fucking.
It
don't
takes 3
wanna-
don't want to misgender
It takes 3 to do that. It takes one
the
anybody's
Overwatch
program.
character.
Yeah, Bastion, man. I hate it, man. Good grief. They're just...
Who the
Yeah,
hell knows
I'll
what
tell
the hell
Matt
that
to quit.
pig is?
But then Blizzard bans me for saying it.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you gonna
That's why
do?
you just gotta
Blizzard?
start playing Tarkov, man. Come on.
Blizzard, did you? Oh, I just signed up for it. What does it mean pre-order, bro? I meant to ask you guys that. Why does it not say purchase? It says
Because
pre-order.
it's an alpha or beta. So because it's still being weekly
What's that
little
sound?
patches and stuff, I think Cowboy can
That's
attest this a
me.
little better.
Sorry.
Is that,
Yeah, so they're still
they
developing
just-
that game. There's like 3 or 4 or 5 maps that they haven't released yet that they're going to release before the full game comes out. Whole bunch of new guns, I'm sure, and different mechanics. But so when you pre-order, you're getting access to their beta, and you're getting the game whenever it comes out as well. I do recommend going for the Edge of Darkness, but you do not need the Edge of Darkness. That $140 edition, it just gives you like maxed out
A bigger
space.
butthole.
Yeah, a bigger butthole. It gives you, which is where you can stash stuff. If you die, you can keep.
Keep it in your ass.
Exactly,
My
man.
kind of game, man.
It's like learning how to organize your
Wait a
prison
minute.
pocket all
Is this a
over
prison
again.
game?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Essentially.
Hell yeah, man. No,
But
I
if
had
you
no
are going to
idea
get
it was
into
still in
it,
development. This shit's been huge on Twitch for years, hasn't it?
it is. Yeah, it's been out since like 2014, man. It's been being developed for a long time, but they continue to develop it. It's not like something like DayZ where it was like, hey, we're in alpha and we're not actually going to do anything, and it's still an alpha, you know.
That's the
So,
game. Is the alpha.
Yeah.
All right,
but
cool. So we get
Tarkov is
updates and all
a hell
that.
of a time. Yeah, man. They wipe. I believe it's every 6 months. We just wiped, and it's been fun. A lot of people are already like max levels and shit, max traders. Like, it makes no sense to me how quickly some people can get through the progression of that game, but
Sure.
it's a fun time.
Well,
it really is.
when you
I'm the only
play
one who
the
hasn't played
game, when you no, I have not played fucking Tarkov. I want to
Why?
make that very clear.
Uh-oh. We got a hot take
No.
coming in.
No, I don't care, dude. What he's talking about? People fucking spend 12 hours a day fucking grinding this shit, dude.
Yeah.
Don't get
we got
twisted.
some
You
buddies.
have no
Rookie
other life
numbers.
than fucking
Josh spends 18 hours of his day fucking clicking on a screen in 1080
12
in
hours a day. rookie
240p.
numbers. 240p, dog.
Yeah,
Old school
yeah.
RuneScape.
yeah.
Look, bro.
Did you-
RuneScape players got a
did you
whole different idea of grinds.
It'll get you addicted for sure. You'll definitely be chilling on the RuneScape for a bit until you get bored
No.
of the wipe.
No,
I know people play AFK runes. They do AFK shit on RuneScape, so there must be some stuff. You know, they say that. Oh yeah, I'm playing Tarkov while I'm AFK fishing or whatever. You know, so
Actually,
in simultaneous hours.
yeah, like you can definitely like there's some stuff you could craft that takes hours to craft, but all the actual like gameplay or like getting shit, you're in it, man. It's live action.
Yeah,
You're putting in those minutes and those hours.
that's probably why they put the RuneScape on the second monitor. And
Yes.
also, RuneScape for some reason uses AFK incorrectly. I know that means literally away from keyboard, but we use that to mean like low attention, 30-second to 1 minute per click. You know. We just
You
call
can
that
definitely
AFK, so-
multitask. Man,
right,
you
so
could
that's what
sit there.
people do. They say I'm on Tarkov and I'm just fishing, and then they're not talking to us because they're playing Tarkov.
That's actually it would work out great if you're a RuneScaper because you could do this thing called exfil camping. Everybody to get out of a map has to leave in the same area, and so if you know what area people are going to be leaving, you can just sit back and let them come to you with all their loot, and pop them. And it takes a while for them to get there. You know, they're busy getting their shit for you, and so you can sit there, wait for people, click, and then boom, boom. You know,
Farm it
multitask
up.
for sure. Yeah, it'd be a fun time.
Zach, you play?
Hey,
No, I haven't.
speaking of video games I don't play, I do want to ask because this myth, your boy fucking Technoblade died, bud. Fucking Josh plays fucking Minecraft.
I have
whatever that
pipes going
fucking-
right now. I can't really talk.
What?
What?
Can you guys hear the water pipes in my background?
Yeah,
A little bit.
a
Yeah.
little bit.
Oh, okay, it's not super bad though.
No,
Yeah,
just
okay.
mute when you're
No,
not
he's-
talking.
Who
Okay.
cares? It doesn't matter. What's
Yeah,
going on? Do you have a
yeah,
water leak? Is your basement flooding?
No, we're okay. But yeah, Technoblade passed away.
Yeah, sad, man.
Yeah, Josh, did you watch the Potato Wars?
Not
I
until you
assume?
told me
No?
about it. I mean, I've still
Yeah,
only
yeah.
skimmed through it
Okay.
before I knew he was sick or anything. But like, I
Yeah,
instantly
yeah.
was like, "Yo, that's the dude that Myth made reference to, the Potato War, the
Mhm.
pig. Nah, that's him."
Yep.
Did you already know he was
Yep.
sick when you made that reference?
Yeah.
See, I had no idea he was sick because I'm not really into Minecraft YouTube very much, and I mean that is no disrespect.
Yeah.
I just don't personally watch it very much, you
Mhm.
know. But man, I had no idea he was sick or anything. I just suddenly heard he was dead, and I thought they were talking about the story or something. They said like, Technoblade died, and I know that they run some kind of a story with their server, right? So I was like, did he get removed from the story or something? And then come to find out, no, he actually had sarcoma and had cancer. And yeah, man, that's really sad. I think he was 24, man. Apparently what did they put in the game? Like, is it all pigs have crowns, or there's a chance of a pig spawning with a crown? Is that what it is?
I didn't see that, but probably just a chance of a pig spawning with a crown.
They put in a reference.
And then there's also one in the loading screen as well.
Oh, and that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice, man. That was a very sad situation.
Yeah,
RuneScape's had that happen a lot. The famous players pass away, and they put a little memorial in the game. It's sad. It's kind of cool to be immortalized, I guess, at least, if you have to go. He had an impact, he meant something to people. And I liked his video. His video was touching, man. He said, my siblings are going to college because of y'all buying the merch, if they want to.
Yeah, that last video was really good.
His dad
put that together. Yeah.
They did a great job, man. It was a really sad situation. I didn't even know he was sick. Crazy that he had that sense of humor about it. I did end up going back and watching the video where he told everybody he had cancer, and he was like, so that went about as bad as it possibly could have. And I was like, he kept his sense of humor. It's a raunchy joke a little bit, But
well, I mean, fuck it.
He's always been that way.
It's his life to joke with.
And he always stayed that way. Yeah.
That feeling is the weirdest fucking feeling in the world of like not knowing what the fuck is coming. Like I remember dealing with that shit a few months ago, and that's not something I fucking wish on anybody.
Nobody
having a sense of
knows
humor,
what's coming.
Yeah, having a sense of humor towards that shit is.
And not only did he have a sense of humor, he had a sense of humor after it was confirmed. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was cancer, and he wasn't looking good. That's crazy, man. Strong dude.
Well,
strong
guy. At a certain point, you know what's coming.
It
was stage 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure. You know for damn sure that if I had confirmed testicle cancer, I 100% would have started off the next show with, soon I'm going to only have one ball or no balls, and I still have hotter loads than you do.
Welcome back, boys. How are you? How the fuck are you? But luckily,
it was going to come. It was going to happen. Yeah, exactly. Didn't have to, but
no,
100%
Zach,
ready to.
I remember when you told us about that, man. Like we were worried, man, for a while. I'm glad everything worked out with that.
We're worried Zach's loads were going to be just a little bit
cool. Just
so
a
hot
little
they
cooler.
caused a little bit of radiation and some cells got a little more, but it was okay. It was benign. We're all good.
There was floaters instead of swimmers, and they got scared.
Speaking of hot loads, you know that Vladimir Putin's having what they're calling a war baby. He's having like his mistress.
What's a war baby?
Special operations baby, if you really want to call it
that
anything.
Fan is super loud, man.
But his mistress, she's like a former ballerina. You know what I mean?
She's knocked up.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh, hell.
Like he gave a quote. I can't do it fucking verbatim, but he was like, he found out she was pregnant, and he was like, I don't want more kids. I have too many daughters already. And just that was it.
Kalashnikov. Yeah. All that Russian stuff.
Terrible Russian accent, but
No, I had no idea. Everybody's knocking people up right now, aren't they? I got a baby on the way. Elon Musk just had some twins, and damn.
Vladimir Putin is having a war baby with a gymnast lover with Russian leader to become a dad again at 69.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Come on, guys. Come on, give him some respect there, guys. 69.
All right.
Come on, man. Nice, bro. That's nice. If you got to have another one, bro.
Who has more kids, Vladimir Putin or Elon Musk?
Fucking both.
Oh, yes, probably Putin. No, I don't know.
No,
yeah,
Putin
that's
claimed or like not claimed.
2 kids, Putin. It looks like.
No,
yeah,
Putin has way more than 2 kids, dude. He has like 4 by the same mistress.
But if he doesn't claim them, then are they his? I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
What if they're
Yeah, that's kind of
they
the
do
way
things
it works.
different in Russia.
That's kind of the way it works, just because
they do things different around there. I mean, they couldn't legitimately not be his if he doesn't claim them in Russia. He makes the rules.
Well, maybe they need to fall backwards out of a fucking hospital window or something. I don't know. The baby threw itself out of the window, and
Oh, okay.
It's a tough time when the baby's suicidal out the womb.
I thought that like Elon Musk getting Grimes.
The baby hung itself in the womb, actually, with the umbilical cord.
It did it on purpose.
God damn.
Fucking butterfly effect, director's cut.
Oh my god, we gotta stop this. Y'all quit.
That was literally the plot.
Don't keep running me down.
Oh, it is.
I don't
Well,
know if that
boys-
was intentional or not, but the director's cut, yeah, that's what happens at the end of it. He can't, no matter what, if he's born, everybody's life gets ruined. So
He just has
Really
to kill himself
yeah, he goes back to the womb.
to save everybody else. Wow.
That's how the
I mean-
director's cut ends. Yeah, and also you find out earlier in the movie in the director's cut that his mom had 2 miscarriages that died right before they were born, and then once again for the 3rd time, he also. It's a good movie, so not too terribly terms of service. I hope it was a plot to a major film. Ashton Kutcher rocked in it.
No, it was just a joke. That
Watch
was
that one.
close. Once it's explained.
You're like talking to Twitch, like
Sorry.
I think
Oh,
that
no.
we haven't even nearly gotten as close to the
Let's
TOS as we will
negotiate
tonight.
here.
Good
Y'all
point,
still
we're just warming
have-
up.
Yeah, y'all still got the best that y'all are saving for last year with y'all's guests. I do have to sub out. I'm still working on this moving stuff, but
Sounds good,
it's
man.
been a great time, and love to
Absolutely.
come on again sometime. Y'all have a
Thank
great fucking
you.
stream, boys.
Good seeing you, Cowboy. Have a good one, man.
Hey,
Thank you, Cowboy. Have a good one, bud.
Bye.
And we're actually swapping out Cloudy. We're not going to make him tell the dog story. We're not going to tell him any of the crazy
Swapping
stories.
out?
You're
We
gonna,
love you, bud.
swap me out. All right.
Yep. Bye.
Damn. I love you, Cloudy, bro.
Didn't
Nice,
even
man.
get him
boy.
to say goodbye.
Nope.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
He had a
That's
little.
ruthless, man.
We got Hash Bill. We got Tony Figs.
Who
How the hell's it
reintroduced
going?
him first?
What's
Oh,
up,
Myth,
boys?
why don't you interact? Why don't you announce both of them since you play chess with Ash all the time?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So Ashbale is one of our buddies. He's my chess friend. We right now we've been playing a daily game. That's clearly a draw, but yeah.
Yeah, right. It's a draw for sure.
He's just about as good as me. What are you, like 1100, 1200? You're like
1200,
1200.
yeah. About
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. If I get in the higher time controls for whatever reason, my elo drops, but on the faster ones, I'm good. So
You're good with the tricks.
yep, good with the tricks.
So he's actually somebody that's fun to play against, unlike me or Cloudy.
Yeah.
Where it'd be the same thing as me having a
No,
guitar
he's
shred off against
stressful
a
to
newborn
play
baby.
against because he's tricky.
That's what you want, though. Yeah,
you got to
that's
get the
what you want.
pins. You got to get the forks. Sometimes you get like the triple fork or the quad fork. I mean, that's why I love chess.
That's what you want if you're capable of defending. I'm just anxious when I play because I'm not capable of defending because I know how the
Yeah,
pieces move,
yeah.
but I got no strat.
Oh,
I
so
think this
my
is
problem-
all
I'll walk
trying-
into every trap every time. I'll
Yeah,
put my queen out there
I'm
in the
guns
open.
blazing from the start. I'll just start attacking. I have no regard for castling. So like if Myth can catch me off guard, I'm done for. But if I can catch him, we have pretty quick games. It's fun.
All right.
Welcome.
Tony, IT, right? That's
Yep,
what you
yep.
do.
IT guy.
He
Yeah,
actually
Tony.
made his bed for this event. Congratulations. He's still got the hot. That hot sauce
Dude,
has
the
been
hot
on that
sauce
table
is
since I've known
legendary.
him.
You're one to talk, Myth. Come on, man. Cholula.
At least
That was one
I
of the
was
greatest things
eating
that's ever happened on the
tacos.
internet.
That night, I don't keep Cholula on my desk.
Yeah, if we actually prompted Tony for hot sauce, 100% of the time he has that in lock and load, ready to
Yeah.
go.
I'm
But-
always ready.
See,
It's
that's
just
what. That's
random.
why that event was so impressive because it was rare for me to have hot sauce on my desk. But
I
I,
just thought
did
you were
because I
camping
ate
with that
tacos
Cholula.
before.
I thought you were camping.
Myth is gonna be the next guy. Who's the guy who fucking all he does on YouTube is eat food?
Nico Avocado.
Myth is the next
comment.
Nico Avocado after he dies. That's gonna be his knack.
So that's who he looks like. That's he's the Wish.com Nico Avocado.
There we
before
go.
food.
Wish.com.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Not yet. We're
He's a
working on it.
Chinese knockoff. He's a Chinese knockoff.
He's the Wish.com because he's skinny and doesn't look anything like him. But other than that, he's Wish.com Nico Avocado. I'm glad you helped us figure that out.
He's got
there.
the personality.
And
Right
then,
there.
and then once I bulk up that bad, I'm gonna transition and turn into Wings of Redemption.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I like your life
And
goals,
then-
man.
And then you start throwing a hissy fit every single time you stream, and then you lose all the weight and you become really nice again. So you just go through the full roller
Unlock
coaster
final
of it.
form.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep. Zach, will you host my boot camp to lose weight?
Absolutely. But
Hell
you're
yeah.
100% paying for your own goddamn shower upgrade. Because I'm not as rich as FPS Russia. I'm sorry. You get to pay for your own fucking shower upgrade. That's all.
I forgot about that part. That's hilarious.
As long as you piss and shit with the door actually closed, if I walk past my bathroom and you're pissing standing there, I'm going to have a problem.
That was the funniest part.
So, Ashbale.
Yeah.
Why have you not started streaming on Twitch as Hashbale, brother?
I don't know. I just haven't. I
you say as
need
Hashbale?
to. I guess
Like
I don't know. I need to get it set up.
Every time Ash joins the call, every single night, he's like, "You guys want to take a dab?" First thing out of his words, not "Hey guys," not "What's up, boys?" Anybody want to take a dab?
Yep. No, we got to get it started off right.
No, he hasn't even started it yet. He better grab it quick before somebody takes it.
Ashbale is taken. That's why I was about to give him a follow, but I'm not following some random asshole named Ashbale. I want my Ashbale. This doesn't cut it. So I'm not giving him a follow.
He needs Hashbale at all times.
Yeah, right? Yeah, just do a dab kind of review, kick back, relax, have a cup of coffee.
I didn't realize
you play you play your roller coaster tycoon.
Oh, even better, right? There we go.
Why is that game so popular? Bro, everybody's talking about that game. Like, you play one of the old ones, Roller Coaster Tycoon? Are they all old?
I love the old school ones, but right now I'm playing Planet Coaster. Actually, it's like up in the background right now because I've been trying to make this perfect theme park, and I'm like meticulously arranging the trees and making sure that the mountains are just right and my castle flags are just right.
Sick.
I don't know, something about it. I love just making things perfect. Yeah.
So have you given up on
Coaster Tycoon 2? Oh, my bad. Good.
No, it's okay. Have you given up on DCS, Ash?
No, but once I learned the Hornet and I fit like flying the plane was hard, landing, figuring out the weapons, and then getting your first kill. Like I had all these incremental achievements and milestones that were fun to get to, and then I kind of hit them all, and I don't know. I need to get a couple new planes.
So I was kind of explain
that wasn't Planet Coaster you're talking about, is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
So what we're talking about right now is DCS. It's basically it's digital combat simulator. So you don't buy the game, you buy the planes. It's a 1-to-1 of like actual fighter pilots and planes used by the military. So you have to learn like the controls and all that fun stuff. And this guy was just fucking too good at it.
Yeah, thanks, dude. I guess I only streamed during the good flights, but it's fun. It was a fun game. I got all into it. I got a full VR setup. I got the controls, and like I don't know. I had my fun, and now it just all sits in the shelf there. And yeah,
I understand.
Onto Planet Coaster. I got this whole PC specifically for DCS, and I play Kerbal and Planet Coaster, and it's been fun.
No, I feel you, man. I play old school RuneScape 99% of my gaming, and I just can't help it. Every other game is fun for a while, and then I just get gravity black holed back towards RuneScape. I can't help it. I don't know what it is, man.
Yeah, it's the simplicity of it all.
Yeah, when you get a game that you can just nerd out on.
Yeah, right?
What's up, man?
Not to bring up an old topic, but what is your problem with Bastion in Overwatch?
Dude. Oh my goodness gracious! Now look, I play on main.
I'm Golden Gun Bastion.
Well, if you're Golden Gun, that's different, bro. I'm talking about when you're in quick play and these dudes are sweating that hard. In my opinion, anything goes. If you're talking about ranked, are you playing in ranked? Then
I used to play.
You got Gold Gun. Then.
I mean, they kind of fucked up the game, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, they did. I'm talking about in quick play sweats, bro. I'm an Ana main, so Bastions personally don't bother me. When they intentionally do double field, I'm mostly talking to those fucking tanks. I don't have a problem with Bastion. I have a problem with Bastion, Reinhardt, and fucking Sigma up there, or Horse or something. That's what I have a problem.
This might be a good thing to talk about. The state of Overwatch as a game, man. Like the crazy shit that's going on. Like they're trying to bring it down to 5 players. They just don't know how to balance the game, and so they're trying to fix it by just getting rid of a tank role, not allowing open queue anymore.
The thing is about all of these like hero shooters and stuff like that. And we saw this with Call of Duty, with Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. When you don't enforce the roles, people will never take them. They will just gravitate to whatever the hell is the best, and that's all that matters.
And Overwatch,
doesn't matter what gun
I play
they
roll
use.
queue where you have to have 2 of each type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
So-
Overwatch is a little bit different, but
You
in
enjoy
It wasn't
competitive
like that
Call
at
of
first,
Duty-
apparently.
like in competitive Call of Duty, they made it so that way there was no gun diversity. They made it so that way there was no diversity in characters. You always saw one character specifically for each character, and it fit kind of the role they played, and nothing ever changed.
Okay.
That's actually something I loved about Overwatch was that not only can obviously nobody on the team pick the same 2 heroes, you won't see 2 of the same person, but you have to know each individual character's abilities, what they're capable of, what their ultimate ability does, how they can get away from you, what their abilities do, and whether or not they just use them and they're on cooldown and stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
part of what I loved about it, and the new Overwatch 2, the 5v5, it feels kind of weird to me. I mean, I'm trying to get used to it. I've only put 2 or 3 hours into it so far. It feels a little weird. I agree, man. I think the major thing is that they just have shit balancing for the most part, which is weird because it's Blizzard. You'd think that with other games, I'm assuming they're probably masters at this, but with Overwatch, man, I just think some heroes are kind of broken. They always have been. I'm glad they nerfed the fuck out of Doomfist. I thought Doomfist was broken as shit. You punch a squishy within 200 yards of a wall and they die. Period. Right click, boom, you're dead. Instant dead. I was like, come on, man, that's ridiculous. And he can dive out free.
It was
What did they used to
absolutely
be?
wild.
It used to be
So-
open queue.
Yeah, open queue. So you could run 6 damage guys. You could run 6 tanks, 6
That's
healers.
where what I think Zach's talking about, and that's why
Mm.
they killed that and made you have to.
But
No,
I thought it was cool, right?
They
'Cause
made
you'd
it so
end
that you
up,
couldn't overlap characters, but it made it so that way if you didn't know what the hell you were doing, you tried to use a character incorrectly because it didn't enforce the role and the gun usage.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
See,
I
Call of
guess that
Duty
makes
is a
sense.
different type of game. So
Like,
it
why?
actually
Yeah.
matters, yeah.
Why not just set up 2 different game types? Like, let people play whichever way they
On
want.
Overwatch, you can.
Yeah.
On Overwatch, you can choose to play open queue or roll queue. I choose
Yeah.
roll
So,
queue personally. Believe it or
I don't
not,
know
most old players don't.
I don't know if you guys have heard about ProMod on COD 4 or like other Call of Duty games, but ProMod is where they essentially set what guns you're allowed to use. So there will always be one rusher with an SMG. There will always be one AR. There in Search and Destroy, you have one sniper. You cannot have more than that. And then there's, I believe, one flex which can play AR or SMG. It makes
Like
it so we
4v4
have
now
to
in
use that
Overwatch.
gun, and then the gun doesn't. You're not able to overlap guns.
Yeah,
Which
okay.
then
I like
each
that.
person
Actually
gotta fill
makes
their spot.
roles. It's like
Yeah.
playing baseball or basketball where you know exactly what you have to do.
It's like 4v4 in Overwatch is what I equate that to as well. They really,
Yeah,
4v4
yeah.
is you got 4 set heroes and you spawn every time, different random person. Each one is assigned to one, and you have to use those abilities and heroes. You can't trade them or swap them.
Is
Like
it
you would-
4 or is it 3? I forgot.
The 4v4 I'm thinking of is Kree, Cassidy, what the fuck ever, Reinhardt, Ana, and Genji.
I was thinking about something else then. Because I know Overwatch has that 3v3 mode where it's like a mini competitive essentially.
Oh yeah, no,
Mm.
that,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
wasn't what I was talking about. Those are cool. Those are actually
Those
kinda
are cool.
interesting.
Yeah,
One of each
yeah.
role, yeah, that's kind of cool.
That's why you guys play Hell Let Loose or Squad, right? Where it's just massive 50 versus 50, and that's like real. Like everyone has their specific role. You can't go outside of it. So if you're a combat engineer, you're building mortars or walls or defensive weapons, or if you're a rifleman, you're like just going out there and getting slaughtered. I haven't played Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2, but those like bigger tactical games like Battlefield 4 was the greatest of all time. I think
It looked
you can't
sick.
beat that.
Yeah.
I would play on PS4 and you just hop in and like flying a helicopter, you're in a tank, you're jumping off of buildings. I wish we get it's just good games. Good
We've
games.
come a long way from Halo 3.
Yeah.
The whole
Grenades
industry's
and battle
been
rifles,
just
baby.
fucking-
Broken ass weapon one shots, It's
Oh.
great. The good old days.
But I enjoy the hardcore mode aspect of it too, where it is like a one tap kill. Because then it kind of makes like you run
Skill.
for 20, 30 meters, and then you just if you don't take your time, like it was all for nothing. So if you work together, there's like something rewarding about it. But at the same time, I hate dying by shrapnel. Like you're just walking through the trench and it's just black and it's just done. So that's give and take.
No skill involved. It's just somebody got lucky and
right.
yeeted.
Just yep.
That's what I hate about playing
Grenades.
Call of Duty is every time that the round starts, all you hear is 18 fucking grenades just blowing up everywhere. Everybody just spam those grenades and
Yep.
machete or not machete. What is it? Tomahawk.
Seeing
Just,
the knives come.
just everywhere. Everybody trying to get that YouTube intro.
Oh,
They're trying to be in that compilation with the animals are leaving and they're not
Yep.
coming back. Or she probably didn't say they're not coming back. You know that clip I'm talking about? My brother-in-law showed me that, where that girl streamer was screaming about aliens
Mhm.
and the government, and then it just cuts to that dude shitting on people in Call of Duty. I don't know why. That's one of the best clips I've ever seen in my life. Every time that I watch it, I cry laughing. I showed it on stream multiple times. I get into every other Call of Duty for like 3 weeks. They drop one every November or something, right?
Yeah.
Like November, October, November, is it? Yeah, I mean, like every third one, I'll get it and play with my brother-in-laws now, you know. A couple weeks.
I'll ever play another Call of Duty.
It doesn't really stick with me. It's fun, you know. It's a fun little just get on and dick around kind of game, but that's kind of, I guess, what most video games unfortunately come down to for me.
I've completely switched into the
game.
mods that they've been releasing. I went from being like, you know what, I'm going to buy the new Call of Duty, to being like, why the fuck am I going to do that when there's mods that literally are the games that I would rather play? I would rather go back to Modern Warfare 2. I'd rather just sit there and bullshit and drop a nuke and be like, you know what, I'm done now. I'm good for the day. I dropped 2 nukes, sat here chatting with the boys.
Retire.
It's bedtime. Fuck it. It's done.
You guys play Capture the Flag at all? You like that game mode? That's one.
A bit when I used to play Call of Duty.
I played it on Halo and Quake 3 Arena, but I think that's the only shooter games I've ever played it.
It's great. Just running after the flag. You guys all just opening up lanes, you know, trying to jump, coming up with your own routes.
So I was gonna say, who here's watched The Boys at all?
Yeah, for sure. I'm finishing up. I'm on the final episode of this last season.
I will tell you that final episode that you're about to watch isn't as good as the one you just watched, but it's pretty good. So for anyone who doesn't know, The Boys is essentially a show about what superheroes would actually be like. They're corporatized, it's like merch, and obviously they're all just a bunch of like a-holes, right?
Sure.
I mean, that's
like they probably would be.
Yeah,
no.
You know, I'm going to spoil a little bit of episode 1. I mean, it's episode 1, 2 minutes in. The show starts with this guy, Huey, walking down the street with his girlfriend. And, what's it called? This guy named A-Train, he's a speedster in their universe, is running by, hits his girlfriend, and she fucking explodes. Like, this is the most gory fucking shit you've ever seen in your fucking life.
Word.
He just turned the fucking soup, as they call it, soup. He stops A-Train. And he just goes, shit, and then fucking keeps running.
My
and
God.
He just keeps going. And there's like crazy sex scenes in that shit. There's like fucking...
It's like Metal
and you see everything. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
What platform is
It's a
it
good
on?
show.
Amazon Prime. I
wanted to watch that superhero
nice.
cartoon on Amazon Prime. They're big on
Invincible.
superheroes. That's what it's called. I've seen all the memes.
This is like a more extreme version of Invincible. If you end up liking Invincible, you need to invest the time and watch this show because it's absolutely spectacular. I started last Saturday night and I fucking finished season 3 today.
Binge it.
So,
it's completely binge worthy. Absolutely in the list of shows you got to watch. Definitely.
The show that I just finished binging was Better Call Saul, and I literally went out and bought AMC Plus just to see the last season because it's only on there, and it's a 1 episode. Because it got canceled. Yeah, because it got canceled. And it's coming back apparently. Like they're bringing back the episodes.
They did that with Ozark, right? It got this huge resurgence during the pandemic. They did the 2 seasons and then they were going to cancel, and everybody started watching it again, and then they brought it back, and I was so thankful for that. I was so thankful. That back. So when are they going to finish filming it?
I think it's like next month, so it's not that far.
So this wasn't a total waste of your money, just mostly.
Yeah.
Just kind of. For now, you might have to pay another month subscription to make sure you get it next month.
Right, exactly. Like
wink.
Netflix does with.
They did have
Stranger Things.
some cool short one-off Better Call Saul stuff, like interviews and different skits that they did, but yeah, they only had 1 episode of the last season.
So Zach, I remember when I first kind of started talking to you, you were super into the Yu-Gi-Oh computer game.
Yep.
How did you get into Yu-Gi-Oh and what are you doing now with it, if anything at all?
Okay, so I'm a very competitive gamer. Obviously, we were talking about competitive Call of Duty for a little bit.
Sure.
So my first competitive game was Pokemon. So I played competitive Pokemon. I still play Pokemon a shit ton. Like, it's just a game I play. And I started having a few friends around me that played Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that. So I tried it. And that obviously was Duel Links because, like, I'm not going to spend money on cards to sit there and just play a fucking game or have to go somewhere to play a game. I'd rather be able to just play it whenever the fuck I feel like instead of just on Friday nights or whatever. And then Master Duel came out. I put in like 40 hours, 50 hours worth of playing that. And then I said, you know what? COD 4 just came out, or Modern Warfare 2 just came out. I'm going to put 2 months worth of time into that and then kind of just stop playing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fizzled out.
I was gonna say, all right. I mean, that
Which one's the one that I tried at the same time as you? Which game was that? Is that
Duel
Duel
Master Duel.
Master Duel? That's the one I
Yeah,
tried?
that was
right.
Yeah.
Just a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll
enjoyed it,
I'll play stuff like that for like a few months, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking stop because like I've gotten as far as I'm going to go unless I go completely competitive with it. So there's absolutely no reason for me to just completely talk.
I'm surprised I didn't get banned from it already. I did the same thing on both Yu-Gi-Oh games. The first one that you mentioned and the other one. I played a little bit through the campaign of the story, whooped the shit out of those guys, right? I mean, like, oh my God, I could have done with one hand on my back, right? I'm like, man, let's fucking go to online play. Within 2 moves, I put that shit on my second monitor. I'm such a bad sport. I do this sometimes. I put that on my second monitor. I logged on to RuneScape and I said, you want that win? You can wait 10 minutes, buddy. Timer ran out because I got smashed so fucking. I mean, like this dude's turn. He went first. His turn was 3.5 minutes, bro. Just fucking cards, chain links, and motherfucking sacrifice. Like this is the first move.
That's great.
I've got the
so
deck
great.
that they gave me. They said choose a deck. You know, and this dude just comes out, gets it in 3 seconds, like fucking Exodia and 17 fucking blue eyes white dragons out there. And you know, hey, I'm just gonna be honest about it. Don't be like me. I dragged it to my second monitor. I minimized the window. I opened up RuneScape.
Josh, the part of it you're not understanding is nobody's like you. Not a single person that is either in the chat or in this call that would be like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and play RuneScape.
The part that I'm referring to is the being such a bad sport that I just said he can run the timer out. That was a dick move. It was so clear instantly that I was going to lose that I said, this dude's sweating his ass off. He wants to beat me. He can sit here and wait the whole 2 minutes. And he did. He won. He got the credit.
People would rather have people like you that lets them finish their entire combo. People complain about people leaving the game because they didn't get to finish what the hell they could do.
Can you type in there? Oh, combo. I thought you said convo. And I was like, they were shit-talking me, and I didn't know I have missed the whole aspect of this. But I got you.
Zach is bullshitting, by the way, on the level of like how he played the game. This man had fucking multiple accounts. He'd restart the game to try out different fucking decks. This man is bullshitting. He was into it. No.
He said he was deep for a couple months.
I get to the point where I'm like as competitive as I'm going to be like casually. And then after that point, I decide, am I going to play this all of the fucking time or am I going to just be done?
He's basically either got to put it down or get the sweatband. There's no middle ground after a certain while, you know?
Yep.
You grab a towel to wipe the sweat or you put the game down. Drop the sticks or, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
One or the other.
Yeah.
So, boys, we do have time limits just because we do have another set of people sitting here. I love you boys to death. Thank you guys for being part of this.
Thanks for having us. It was great.
Absolutely, guys.
Have a good one, boys.
See y'all soon.
See you, boys.
Yep. So remove. And you fuckers, you better be good. You better be good. This one scares the shit out of me. My hand will be on the mouse the entire fucking time. Turbo, I fucking love you.
I'm honestly shocked that you let
Hold on. I'm giving you a second chance. If it goes any farther than you being with my mom, that I don't care about. I think it's hilarious. But if it goes any farther, like it did last time, I will mute you and get you off the screen quicker than shit. No, I love you, bud. I'm giving you a chance. Don't be stupid. I can't hear you, so
you're muted.
You're not using the right mic.
Yeah. There we go. I'm your stepdad. You can't do that to me.
He turns the mic on and says, there we go. I'm your stepdad.
Making a nice little TNT here, boys. Hello.
So this is Ippo. he's one of the main people that has like started the group that we kind of have with all of our friends and everything else. And this is my stepdad, Sagi. He is jokingly with my wife.
Your wife?
But this is
oh boy,
not my wife, my mom.
Your
Holy
mom.
shit!
I was like, the plot thickens.
Yeah,
Whoa.
things just get really fucked up. No, this is my stepdad. And,
family
our
trees
precious
turn into a
stepdad.
wreath more and more every day.
Exactly. I'm waiting. My mouse is right over top of that remove, but I'm sitting here waiting. Hopefully, it's not like last time.
I've had
It'll
like
take him
9
1 or 2
GMTs today. I'm gonna be on my best behavior.
Make sure everybody mutes themselves in Discord.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Is that what makes the sound quality get all wonky like that?
Probably.
Some people earlier came in and when you said before you said that it sounded all glitchy and then they closed it and it was perfect.
That is more their connection and connection to the server, not connection to Discord and here.
Oh,
That's
okay,
more
okay.
connection based.
Yeah, nothing I can do is going to help anything. If you guys can hear me, period, I'm shocked. I have terrible internet.
I'm surprised it's not out.
10 upload, tops.
What are you talking about? I pay for gigabit and I only have 50 upload.
It's 5 times more than me.
I've got fiber and I'm not even connected to it. I'm using wireless from my fiber modem.
Just flexing. Oh.
I mean, it's not because it's literally like a quarter of the speed that I'm paying for that I get
Flexing
on my
on
PC.
me.
Why don't you just run a cord?
I mean, we're leaving in like 3 weeks, man. It was just,
yeah, that's right. You're moving.
yeah, we're moving out now. We were just not going to be here all that long, and it's worked fine. We were paranoid about it because if you guys remember, when I was on federal probation and the feds knew exactly where I lived and all my addresses were signed up with my probation officer, with 4 times my current internet speed, my stream crashed every day. Remember, guys?
Yeah.
And then as soon as I up and moved away with 1/4 of the internet speed, my stream has never crashed once in New Orleans. That's a fact. Just
See,
saying.
you just can't trust them. The feds, they're going to do whatever they can to stop you. That's just
They'll
what
do-
they do.
Whatever the hell they want.
They're going
At
to
any
throttle
given
your
time.
internet so you can't stream. That's just so. Oh, man.
Well, so the working hypothesis was because first I asked my friends to check it out for me, and I trust them with like my IP address, my good computer friends that I knew were going to be able to. And they said it was something about I'm not great with computers, I spent a little away from society and got way too far behind to even try now, basically. But they said it looks like your upload speed is being affected. Your download's fine, but when you send information out, you're bumping into something because it looks like almost like somebody's trying to monitor what you're doing. And this is. Look, 2 weeks later, I finally got sick of it. I called my internet people. They came out there. They checked the fiber modem, everything. They were like, it's perfect, dude. We're doing these sound tests. Like, your connection is flawless. Your stream should not crash. And he's like, it's just weird, man. It's like somebody's pinging in here and it's blocking your upload. Like, you wouldn't notice it if you're downloading, but when you try to upload and send information out, there's something butting heads there. And I was like, yeah, I just got out of federal prison. Bro, I said that to the wrong guy. That dude talked my ear off for 3.5 hours about the feds and the conspiracies and JFK and Facebook and motherfucking Zuckerberg aliens and motherfucking, like, I was like, holy shit, I should have not said this to this dude. But even at 1/4 of the internet speed, the streams have been perfect. So thank you, FBI. It was pretty sketchy that was just a weird fucking coincidence, all right?
Yeah,
Just
always
reading all your
As soon as I got off the
messages.
radar and they weren't exactly sure where I was, my streams have been fine. Or it could be probation. Probation and moving coincided. So maybe when my probation ended, it would have stopped.
Look at this guy. He's streaming. He's trying to spread his ideology.
He's
Yeah,
spreading
that's what I was wondering.
terrorism.
Like, would they be intentionally choking me? Is what I was wondering. The implication was more that this was a byproduct of being monitored. You know what I'm saying? Is what-
I don't
is
think it
what
was
they
on
were more-
purpose.
They were like, yeah, it looks like somebody's just trying to make sure that they're watching what you're doing. In terms of my probation, were that if I'm suspected of breaking the rules of my probation, then they can search my computer. But this looked like something totally different. And of course, I have no reason to actually suspect. I have no idea anything about computers. I had no viruses or anything. I wasn't being DDoSed or nothing like that. I don't know, but for some reason, when the
but
feds
they
knew
can
where I was
place a
at, my shit
packet
didn't
that
work.
watches exactly what the hell you do. It's not super complicated.
That's what they kept saying about was packet. That's the word they kept using about why I was getting blocked with trying to, because they said that's my upload, is trying to stream as my upload, and that these packets are going to be fucking this up if somebody's monitoring me. So I'm sure that the FBI was just all up in my computer
because
constantly.
they essentially were taking the packets before they were being released to Twitch and then seeing what the hell you were doing and then replacing them and sending them back.
Ah, that makes
They
sense. That was
essentially
called
were
a
adding
stagger.
it was essentially adding another tether in the entire stream.
Which wouldn't be them intentionally sabotaging my stream necessarily, but just a byproduct of the monitoring that they were engaging in. It's possible, guys.
It's obvious that they're going to monitor you. It's obvious that they're going to keep an eye on what you're doing because you did shit online.
Yep.
Do you know how you can test it? You should have said some real out of pocket stuff just to see what they do. That's how you test it.
2 minutes later,
In a
Guess what,
private
motherfucker?
call. Do it in a private call.
I don't think
if
they're
something
knocking.
happens.
yeah, this
Do
time
it
they're
in
not knocking.
RuneScape just for old time's sake, man. That'd
Look,
be great.
I always tempt
that's a
them.
good idea.
The Myth and Hippo and Zach, they know. Like every time, I know the feds are listening to me. I'll tempt them.
always.
They haven't done nothing. They're scared.
And I said I was being sarcastic when I
Gonna
typed
bait
on
'em.
RuneScape the first time, anyways. By the way, so I mean, pretty much no scenario that I would have gotten my ass away with it. I guess a conditional statement. Did you guys know conditional statements are protected? Have I mentioned that before? Like you can say,
Yeah.
if
there is
this
a
happens,
God,
then I'm gonna
he
do
will
this.
drop
And
a
if it's-
tree on your ass.
If it's not a pretty good probability of happening, then you're actually legally protected from saying it. Some dude in the 60s said, if they draft me, the first gun I'm pointing is towards the president at the time. I don't even fucking, and I'm sure Zach can hit us with it. But he
Depends
said
on
that
what
that's who
it
he's
was.
going to shoot. And
Nixon, right?
he got raided by the feds. The feds arrested him. He got charged with the
Probably.
same shit
If it's
I did,
Vietnam.
transmitting threats to kill and injure the person of another. And he got found not guilty because he said if I get drafted. And there was only like a 50% chance of him getting drafted. So they're like, he was only maybe going to kill the president. He's good. We're
So
going to let
I
him
don't
go.
have to say in Minecraft. I can just say if. It's like four
No,
less
you-
syllables.
You definitely should say in Minecraft. You say some suspect ass shit.
No, I don't. Name
Or you could
5
say,
things.
if we were in
Five
London
things
and
right now.
continue the threat. Like, that's-
She ain't a lady if she ain't 280. That's
That
number
won't
one.
get me on. That won't get me on a watch list.
No,
You gotta
I'm
be
saying
too-
it makes you suspect as fuck.
You gotta be too something to do something.
Not us for the
Know what I
feds,
mean?
though. Just us for the homies.
Yeah,
kink
it-
shaming chubby chasers? Like, that's such a basic thing to be kink shaming.
Soggy, this
Yeah, y'all
is
jumping on the
this is who loves your mother. Why are you being so rude to him or Zach?
Yeah, exactly. I'm your stepdad. Oh, you're grounded. You know what? Josh? How do I kick him out of here? We need
Here, let me give you
Sorry, I win.
power.
Uh-huh.
It was working.
He was even behaving, man. Like,
Wow. My own. It be your own children.
Telling me you're
Huh.
gonna kick me out of my own
Yeah,
fucking
you're grounded.
podcast.
You're grounded.
I just
Thank
love
you.
the fact that his first words on the stream where he said, "Hello, I'm your stepdad," or whatever he said. Like, "Is this working? I'm your stepdad." That was awesome. He
Make
just
me
came in
daddy.
hot with it. And also, pleasure to have you, Episaur. I seem to recall not too terribly long ago a mishap or misunderstanding or something, and I was flooded with love and support for Episaur that had been taken out of
Yeah.
context, and we don't have to
Yeah,
discuss that what happened or anything. But it's good to.
I don't know.
Good to see you,
I
buddy.
was mistaken for someone else by the mods of your Minecraft server. They banned me. I just wanted to play Minecraft. I hadn't even said any gamer words in there. It was it all got
And it
blown
got
out of
sorted out.
proportion.
Don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Ippo was banned from something else, huh? He's good at that.
Yeah.
He didn't actually do
Free
anything to
Ippo.
get banned in my
Banned from
community, for
Twitch,
what it's
actually.
worth. It was actually, it really was a
I used the
misunderstanding.
username Briposaur and not Ippo.
You know how many
Yeah,
Facebook
exactly. It's like
accounts
a
I've
dog.
burnt through? It's insane.
But
The
Myth
next
told me, he was
one-
like, for real, that dude's my friend. Like, it's not like you think it is. And I was like, all right, I'll take your word for it. My bad,
I
misunderstanding.
mean, that's a
And
stretch. I've never met the guy in my life.
damn it, Myth. Vouching for strangers.
Well, the
Good
next
to
one,
meet
you'll
you,
be
man.
joining
Good
my
to meet
team. You'll be Criposaur.
Actually, that was my second Twitch account. That one got banned in less than 24 hours.
That doesn't surprise me.
I made that one the same day Iposaur got banned. So
That was probably JustinJets.tv. You've been doing this a while, huh?
and I can't verify my accounts now because I only have one cell phone number. I'm not a drug dealer. And Twitch permabanned my phone number for verification, so I can never
Give you your phone number,
talk
though.
in chats.
That happened to my
have,
Tinder account, actually.
verification.
Funny enough.
Oh my god!
Whoa,
really?
that's-
Yeah,
Whoa.
turns out when you say, my rifle's barrel is not the only thing under 16 inches, it will get you permabanned.
Understandable. You
So
should have
be
made sure it was a
careful on
Southern
Tinder
girl.
out there.
Oh, make sure it was a girl from America, Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee. That'd have
See,
been like,
that's-
hell yeah.
That's why I was living
Wait,
in
under.
Pennsylvania. Like
What
now that
are
I'm
they
in Florida,
banning you?
no
How
way
do they know
shoot.
you don't have a tax stamp? They don't know
Exactly.
that. Yeah, see?
Yeah, that's true. You're kind of showing your hand a little bit earlier. Well, I mean, not your hand, but let a little too much info out.
I don't
Well-
like doing degenerate shit on Tinder, man. Like those people might see you in public, recognize you if you're using like fucking pictures of yourself
Within
in your
5
actual
miles.
name.
Oh, you
Like the
you
most
use
degenerate
pictures
shit
of
I'll do on
yourself
there is
on
ask
there?
women to
Yikes.
kick me down the stairs.
I'm. Is it allowed to say
my bio,
what I
not, like,
do
one-on-one,
to
that's weird.
Tinder women? TOS? With
No,
the
you're good.
shower
You're
thing?
good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the shower Glock. Yeah, that's
Actually
that's a fun-
explain the story instead of just saying, "Oh, the shower clock."
What?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I'm lost, man. The shower Glock.
Oh, Glocks and cops. That's
It's
all I
pretty
gotta say.
self-explanatory.
No,
It's
no.
a Glock that you keep in the shower.
Exactly.
So,
Shower
so
emergencies.
Turbo carries his emergency waterproof clock with him when he goes on Tinder dates. So that way, when he brings them back home, he has his shower Glock in his bedroom instead of the shower.
You are almost 100% right, but I take the P7 with me, and then the shower Glock, that thing stays in the shower until it's playtime, and then it goes to the bedroom. There's a big difference.
Yeah,
Gotta have a shower Glock, you know.
Yeah. It's
Josh does not
multifaceted.
have a shower Glock. He never will until they
He's a
pass the law
felon.
to a
Lost my
good
privileges.
system.
I got a shower bow and arrow.
You can always 3D
Don't
print
test
one.
me. Yeah, true. Now, once it has a trigger,
Yeah.
they wrote the law very
You
vaguely
can have
on
an
purpose.
action.
Yeah. The law is super vague. And
Can
it's
you
also,
not
if
own,
it's not a
like,
functioning
CO2
firing gun, you're
pistol?
not supposed to go to prison for it. But I had a cellmate that was serving 27 years for a gun that
Own
didn't work.
like black powder.
Yeah,
Or
it's
like
black powder.
Well, 'cause
If
they're
you're-
not
can you
considered
own like an
firearms
air
for government.
rifle?
In Texas, you're allowed to own everything. They don't observe federal oversight in that way.
Oh,
I don't
Texas
love
is
guns
so
enough to go
based.
move to Texas about my guns. I didn't have any guns for them to confiscate to begin with. So I mean, I enjoyed hunting growing up or whatever. But bro, I literally with a bow and arrow, I don't know what they're called, but the trigger pull for the bow and arrow, I
Mhm.
can't
Yeah.
use that. That's a felony, bro. I'm not allowed to own one of those.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
like I'm telling you, the law is written super vaguely. That counts as a gun. That trigger system right there, that little
That's
tiny itty
crazy.
bitty. You get a year for every bullet if you don't have a gun. You got
Ooh.
5 bullets. Some dude left under your seat on accident. You had a gun in here. That's about a year. That's a rule of thumb. A year for every bullet. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have a shower Glock. You're right, man.
Look, it's probably for the better
body
that you
knife.
never owned guns in general, because if the whole first situation happened and you owned guns, it'd probably been way worse.
That's what I said. If
So-
I'd have been at my dad's house, my grandpa's
Mhm.
house, I was at the only house in Mississippi, bro, that did not have any weapons in it. Nothing. The only
You
one.
got
Probably
real
the whole
lucky there.
South. Probably the whole South. I mean, they even said we didn't even have that big of knives. I was talking about the fact that my mom was in like a vegetarian phase, like because she got food poisoning from meat and she had an aversion to meat for like 2.5 years. Lesbian jokes incoming. And and so we didn't even have like large butcher knives because she had not bought any in years. We're not cutting up, steak or anything like that. So we just had like small regular kitchen knives, and they were just like, "What the fuck, man? Not even a BB gun?" It was so awkward, bro. I loved it. It was so awkward seeing how fired up they were when they got there, and then just like the time keeps going, and they're like, "This motherfucker ain't got nothing he said he had." Damn, man. We go get in here and stop this motherfucker, boys. Hell yeah. And they come running up in my shit. I'm sitting there like, the fuck's going on, man? I'm a nerd. I was in here playing a video game, dog.
One sec, man. I'm in the middle of a Slayer task. Can you hold on?
After how much like
I'm
I wish I was
clicking.
in this. I
I'm
got banned. I was playing
clicking.
World of Warcraft.
after how much of tearing your house apart, they start to think maybe he wasn't serious. Like, at what point? does that
Evidently
thought-
never.
Yeah,
Evidently
apparently,
never.
yeah, but
Yeah, evidently never. They never at any point took me as anything less than dead serious and were determined to prove it, I was dead set on proving that I was dead serious. I mean, yeah, I could just feel the awkwardness coming on, man. The longer that they looked and they're just like, nobody was yelling, "Look what I found," or like, "Hey, here." The one thing that they had that was sketchy to them was that when they were grilling my mom about me and my brother and what were they like, and my brother Noah, and she was like, "He doesn't drink alcohol." My brother is quite a bit different than I am. He's made a lot of smarter life choices than I did. He didn't drink in high school, like literally at all. He actually got perfect attendance in high school.
oh, drinking's
But
good for
one
you.
of her friends left a bottle of vodka in his closet because she had stayed there last week, when he went to my dad's or something like that. And so the feds come out there like, "I thought you said your younger son don't drink. They found a bottle of vodka in his," and she's like, "He fucking doesn't drink. Like, I know my son. He really didn't, if you knew my brother." And that's about the best that they had there. And except for the fact that I had multiple felonies worth of drugs that they weren't able to
Yeah.
charge me with.
That's
So they
The
have a
search
warrant
warrant
for
did
that.
not
Because they
involve
didn't have
drugs.
the warrant. Amazing.
Yep, the warrant was for internet storage devices, phones. Technically, an Xbox would have counted. I didn't have an Xbox. They were asking about my Nintendo 64. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude? That's not a storage device, dog. The storage of the game isn't even stored in the motherfucker, bro. The cartridge is the storage. Like, oh my god."
You should have looked at him and walked over to it and like flipped down that little brick that's in the back of it that everybody hid shit in, and been like, "I don't even use the little hidey hole in it." Like,
Look, it's
come on
empty,
now.
motherfucker. The clear, obvious weed spot is empty, dude.
Oh, did you give them your memory packs that go into the controller though? They probably
That's
want
where the
those.
weed was in the
Those are
memory
your
pack
fucking
spot.
Zelda saves.
Damn it, man! They took my Zelda save. Yeah, that counts as an internet storage device. They just run off with all my fucking like PlayStation 2 memory card. My
Damn.
Spyro! No,
I gotta beat Pokemon Snap again. These stupid
Oh no, your
motherfuckers.
Neopets game.
Oh, Snap you can bang through in like 3 hours. It's so fun.
Neopets is a great game. Very nice to watch. Josh,
Don't
you
even
should
get me started on the
Josh, you
Darkest
should
Fairy.
start
Yeah,
streaming
man,
that.
I'm
Honestly, what's the game called, Info?
Neopets the Darkest Fairy. Oh,
That
great game, great.
stream that.
Hard
please.
pass.
No, it's
Hard
the
pass.
single player
No.
open
Think
world
of
RPG
Skyrim?
from like 2005. You got
Okay.
like 2 characters that you can use, switch between them. Great story that's broken up into like 4 acts across a lot of cool places. I got the game when it came out as a child, so 7 years old, for Christmas. And my copy of the game eventually got scratched because I'm a fucking dingo. And I could not progress past one essential part of the story that lets you continue through like the end of the 3rd act. So
For
I had
Neopets?
seen walkthroughs and shit before.
It's
Never
just like an
finished the
opera,
game.
isn't it? Is that epic? Neopets?
Look, think of Skyrim meets GTA meets like Animal Crossing, all mixed into one. It's amazing.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's just a great game, and I recently downloaded a ROM of it
Neopets,
or
we're talking about the
purchased
same
it
thing.
legally.
15 years ago, my
you've
little
owned it
stepsister was
previously.
playing.
That is allowed to. own
It's
that.
just an RPG spin-off that they made with Neopets. Like it has pretty much fuck all. It includes some locations from like actually like Neopets itself.
Like the
But it was
lore.
just some weird like medieval kind of story that they came up with, fantasy shit. But I
Yeah, I don't
started
know,
playing
man,
it
I'm
on
just not
emulator
sure.
and just about finished it now, so it's just like the most fulfilling fucking thing I've ever
Is it
done
an
as
old
far as
game?
video games. It came out in 05, and like I said, I had it on PS2
Ah.
back then. Could never beat it because my disc was scratched, and I just never got another copy.
2022, you don't have to worry about that anymore. We don't need no discs. We don't need no scratches.
Yeah.
Love it
We
too.
got
I don't even have
computers.
to download it. Just
Yeah,
close it.
Zach got
Yeah.
me into ROM Station a while back, and
Yeah, that was amazing.
put a
Zach showed me
lot
that
of
Oh
time
too.
yeah,
to
I
it,
love
shit.
ROM Station.
That thing
I
was
got a
wish
lot of
amazing.
mine
shit set up,
fucking
like-
worked.
I don't even store
doesn't
my
work
ROMs
anymore,
on
or-
either
Mine
of my
doesn't work.
computers. I
Yours-
just store them on
yours
Google
does.
Drive, and like even the memory card files are on there, so I don't have to have anything stored locally. Like I can play it from any fucking computer, which is kind of cool.
Mhm.
That is
I need
correct.
a
And they do
Gran
something like that with
Turismo now and
Minecraft
again.
Worlds. Is that possible with Minecraft Worlds? I would love to be able to access.
Probably
No,
in
'cause
some sort.
it'd be too much of a
sense.
pain in the ass to work on it on my
Mhm.
laptop for a few days and then try to transfer it. Never mind. That's dumb. Oh, it'd be smarter to just like make a realm if I just want to be able to access it from different computers. That'd be smarter.
I don't know a lot.
the money.
If
They're
it's
not,
just
man.
like a
They suck.
world, I
Or
think
server.
if you just sign into the same account, you'll be able to access it.
It has to be stored locally to some degree because I use the
They
same
are stored
Minecraft
locally.
account.
They're still stored in a .minecraft folder. Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
put
my-
on
on
like
my
a thumb
laptop, I
drive?
can't
Single
access
player
any of my
worlds.
worlds.
I don't know a lot about computers, but like, couldn't you put on like a flash drive or something?
Probably could, but I don't think it'd
Yeah.
be worth all
Then
that
you
hassle.
just still have to manually switch it, and it's like
Right, yeah,
pain in
it's
the ass
just
for the
not worth
5
it.
seconds it takes.
I was hoping there'd be something where I could just like when I'm done on my laptop, I click Google Drive, boom, get here, drag Google Drive, and we're all up to date. But if it can't be that simple, which it probably can.
I've
Yeah,
tried
I
doing
don't
that,
know.
like storing my Minecraft installation on cloud folders before, but the thing is, like, where your saves are stored and where the game needs all its necessary files to run are kind of all in one big folder, and I don't know what the
Sure.
fuck
Yeah.
you need to put where.
Yeah, you don't wanna
Like,
go
if you
poking
just
around
put
in
the
the code.
saves in
Yeah.
in like Google Drive or wherever you want to store them. Like your .minecraft folder locally won't be able to find them, and vice versa too. I don't
Have to
know.
move it manually every time in
Yeah,
and out
you'd
of the
have to
folder.
re-update it every single
And
time.
it can't
You'd-
launch from the cloud.
You'd have to
'cause
rewrite
it's
all the
fucking stored
paths.
That'd be
weird.
stupid as shit. That'd be
Yeah.
pointless. Oh well, I just recently got another Minecraft account. Finally, it's called Pill Alt. It's my alt Minecraft
Yeah,
account.
yeah.
Pill Alt.
I like
It's
that
Pill
name.
Alt. Just basically my last name with no U and a capital A. Pill Alt. It's my alt account, which my Minecraft name is Pill Alt, so it works out good.
Yep.
One of my friends was like, "Bro, that's a rare name now." No, the
Mhm.
fuck it's not, because I had a kid or something. Like, there's one more Pill Alt in the world. Is it because I did a podcast? Like, I went on some shows and now I'm on a podcast. Like, now all of a sudden somebody would have snatched up the name Pill Alt on Minecraft. Yeah, I don't think so, bud. I don't think so. I'm glad I got my last name, but it's not like I was shocked to have it. It's not like I put in fucking Smith or something. Like, whoa, bro, there's no way you got your own last name. That's so rare. Not that big of a deal.
I hate having the third most common last name, Sagi. Once again, you're muted, but
Yeah, see, Zach can't do that. Zach can't get his name on Minecraft. You can't
Never.
just be
No.
or your first name.
Yeah.
Similar
You're
rules,
not getting
it's not
any of
happening. Too many
that.
account creation.
It's
I
okay.
I prefer it that
Myth-
way.
I never did
never can
Myth
have his
Myth.
moniker ever.
Have his monitor?
No, he cannot have his moniker ever.
Like just myth. That's hard to do too.
Monitor.
Oh yeah, it's impossible to get soggy.
I could never have my first name. It's pretty much the most common one in North America. It's a
My last name's
What's the word?
thankfully super unique.
Wait,
I'm
Howard-
I've never
guessing
heard
that
it
my
before
little-
hearing of you before. Never heard
My
the
little
name
branch of
Paul.
the family, I'm pretty sure, like we hit Ellis Island, and just the guy on duty that day just hit us with that particular. It looks very similar to a lot of other French last names. It just looks like some dude spelled it fucked up
I was
that
gonna
day.
say it is.
And then it's
been
French, right?
Americanized.
The AULT.
Oh,
I
it's
speak
French last
French.
Yeah, I think they
grow
pronounce
up.
it like PO or something like that, which Woody said it close to the French pronunciation, actually, because he was laughing about how he didn't know how to say it when we live,
He
but
just thought
he
to
technically said it more correct than the way that we say it, if that makes sense. Like, we've Americanized it, and it's a bastardized Cajun French. It's Cajun French now, so it's just Pilot. And it's my adopted last name anyways, but I think he pronounced it closer to the French way, PO or Pilot. I don't know if the double L would be pronounced or not. But yeah,
Do you know the origin?
the only
of
other
the word
gamer with this
Cajun?
last name is my brother, and he doesn't play games anymore. So I've snatched that up on every platform, you know.
Josh, do you know the origin of the word Cajun?
Cajun, no.
It's just a bastardized version of the word Acadian. And
Yikes.
yeah, no,
Oh
seriously.
yeah, no. I think I actually heard that or saw
So,
that on a YouTube video or something.
I
Recently.
live in Nova Scotia, which was most of what Acadia was, the French territory that was over here in Atlantic Canada in like 16 to early 1700s, I think.
Mhm.
And in the mid 1600s, the English kind of came in and deported a shitload of French to mostly French Louisiana. And
Sure.
that's where most of the French culture down there ended up coming from, which is really cool. Like,
So it
I've
was like
never been
already a
to-
third generation bastardization of French to begin with,
exactly
in the first
but
place, and then it went down to south.
I just
where it
love
got
that
mixed with
fact. I'd love to go
Creole and,
down
you
there
know.
just to like speak to people and learn about their culture more too. Eventually, I've never been in the southern states aside from Florida like twice.
Oh yeah, Florida's the only place you need to be. You got everything. You got meth, gators, beaches, milfs.
I was in prison in Florida. I watched an ant kill a fucking wasp. They fought for 10 minutes and it won. I think
my
do y'all call
God.
them bull ants. You
Huh.
heard of that, Soggy? The big
I have
red and
not
black
seen them.
motherfuckers.
I've
They
not
call them
seen
bull
them.
ants, or some people call them cow killers,
What?
or bull ants. They're like this big, black and red. And I saw we were at commissary, and they would lock you in the gate at commissary for an hour while everybody did their shit. You know, bro. You talk about 15 inmates with their faces pressed up to the gate, watching this ant and this motherfucking wasp getting it on the floor. Hey, you get bored in prison, man. But everybody was over here, dude. By the end of that shit, dudes were winning money on that, dude. Guys cleaned up so hard with that, dude. I'm scared of Florida. That shit,
Dude.
that's all I saw. Was I was sitting here
which
going,
one
this state-
won?
This
Which one
state's
won?
great. The ant, bro. The ant fucking won. A red wasp, dude. These things were rolling on the ground. I mean, it looked like they were just jujitsu. And it was like literally at least a 10-minute fight. And I mean, we're talking like, ooh, ah,
Josh,
ooh.
Josh, you missed out
Honestly-
on a place to make a dad joke. You should have said bug jitsu. I know I'm teaching you how to be a dad, but like you have the dad jokes, you can do it, but
The
come
grown
on.
man.
Yeah.
I was
They're
gonna say
rolling around with some
betting,
bug jitsu.
betting on bug fights is almost as fun as betting on the Special Olympics. That was something I did in high school for a bit.
Oh my god.
That's all
Like
I'm
a
gonna
movie.
say. Our school hosted it, so we get to go out and watch it, and we kind of like ran bets on races. More
And you
like,
kind of were
eh,
like, that guy's going to lose because I might have accidentally dropped a thumbtack in his shoe. And he is not going to know how to get it out. So,
he doesn't know that I'm
Just like a
standing
ringer.
at the finish line with a strobe light to trigger his epilepsy.
hey, congrats, bro.
Oh,
Click.
man.
Oh, well.
He doesn't know in the water bottle I gave him, it's 6 tabs of acid.
He's not making it to that finish line. Halfway through the race, he's over there in the
may
bushes.
only be 100 meters away. He's not making it 50 feet. So in the private chat, boys, thank you guys for coming out. I put the list of stories. Cloudy has already voted
I
on number
finally
39.
have a look at this.
Yes, you finally
Ooh, I
have a-
feel
Oh
special.
my god, I've heard of this.
And
for
everybody
so long.
left, so they didn't even get a vote either. But
The
whatever.
Rip.
Fuck 'em.
Nerds.
Don't
Yeah,
need 'em.
fuck 'em.
Our
They don't,
supporters
they
and
don't get the
friends.
I've
list.
never even heard of those guys. Who even are they?
Yeah.
They're
Where'd they
digital.
come
So you guys tell me a number. We could add all 3 of them up and then divide them so way it's at least fair. However you guys want to do it.
I kind of like 46. Nick, is that the Nick we know, or is that different?
No, that's my son.
Oh, so I like that one or number 2, just because it's so vague. It could be anything. I like that. It's mystery.
I like 51. I'd like to hear 51.
51.
Like,
Elevation sickness.
Elevation sickness? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Myth has 23. Let's see if I can combo
Treated-
2 of these.
threatened to be shot. Oh, I've been there a time or two.
Yeah, I can combo myth and elevation sickness.
I'm usually the one doing the threatening, but you know,
So
way she goes.
Same.
which way do you guys want to go? almost killing my brother twice or elevation sickness? Which way you want to go first?
I kind
Good
of like
grief.
violence. I always choose violence.
Okay, so
Choose violence.
first off, this isn't technically my brother; it's my cousin. But like,
Same thing.
he has been like my other half my entire life, which is funny because his name is Josh. And as soon as PKA ended the other day, Woody was like, "So Josh, is it your pay week?" I was like, "You have no idea how much I've heard that." Yes, it is.
Across your
I've
life.
heard that my entire life. I still get mistaken for a Josh, which is the funnier part. And it's funny. So he was completely like, his house and my house were open to each other at all times. They didn't have to call to come over. They just showed up. We didn't really have to call to come over. We just showed up. And they ended up being our babysitter for like 2 summers. But their family woke up at the ass crack of dawn. So everybody had to be awake and doing something by 7 fucking o'clock in the morning. I was a very, very grumpy child who didn't go to sleep until 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, in the morning, even at, 8 years old. So he had this fucking palatial estate. They had a really, really nice modular home that was like 2 living rooms, a bar, 4 bedrooms, like the nicest one you possibly could find. On like 4 acres, they had like 3-4 quads, and they had a play area and full-on essential space to play baseball. Fucking huge place. I love going there. So me and my brother go over and we start trying to figure out what the fuck we're going to do today. And this motherfucker throws a pair of hedge clippers at me.
Damn.
Yeesh.
I'm not talking about the small hedge clippers. I'm talking about the ones that are like bigger than your fucking head.
Like the big ones where you got like 2-handed and just like.
Yeah. So
Nice.
he wings them at me and they bounce off the tree. And I'm like, fuck. Impulse is making me want to pick these up and throw them back at him.
Hell yeah.
So I pick them back up and I throw it at him. But I'm 2 years older than he is. So I'm better at it than he is. So I fucking hit his hair, his fucking bowl cut. The hedge clippers wrap in his bowl cut. I came this close to stabbing my fucking brother with hedge clippers that I threw across the play yard.
Are you
Could hit
old
him
enough
through
to be
the eye.
charged in this circumstance?
We're getting there. So
Tell me you guys are like 16 and 18 doing this.
Those kids are like 24.
I was 11.
It was yesterday.
He was 9. So my aunt loses her shit. Like fucking loses it. She's like, "You could have fucking killed him." But it was about an hour before my parents got there and we were doing dinner that day. So she's like, "You know what? Just sit on the porch swing until your parents get here and then they'll take care of you." So my mom comes in. She's like, "Don't worry about it. It's double jeopardy. You're not getting in trouble for the same thing twice." So we go out and we start playing baseball. This motherfucker stands right fucking next to me as I'm fucking swinging a baseball bat. And I'm not talking about a wooden baseball bat. I creamed this motherfucker with a big ass thick metal fucking baseball bat. Square in the fucking temple. I've hit a few people, they've blacked out. I've watched people black out. This motherfucker crumples as the fucking baseball bat hits him. He just drops, boom, to the ground.
I'm sure, yeah. I would have too.
I get him up, I dust him off. I'm like, "Bud, you're okay." And his nose starts leaking. I'm like, fuck.
And the worst part is you hit him directly in the nose. That's when you know it's bad. I hit him in the side of the head. And his nose bleeding.
Exactly. When you fuck up your brother and his nose is leaking, you got him.
That's murder.
So that is how I almost killed my brother twice.
That's how I killed. I mean, almost. Fed
That
my
baseball
brother.
thing almost sounds like what I did to a kid in middle school. I remember we were playing like ball hockey or something, wound up for a slap shot, and there was some kid we thought he was going to do what Josh said he was going to do. That's the kind of kid we were dealing with. Wound up, knocked the glasses off his face, nose was bleeding and everything. I didn't get in trouble. It's ball
That's how you make
hockey.
sure
What
he
do you-
doesn't come back
way
with a
she
gun.
goes.
That's a good move.
I was on the
Yeah.
list, dude.
So
I was
I-
definitely on his
I
top
was
of the
a
list.
baseball bat.
Well, I was told like 6 times by one specific kid not to come to school like 3-4 times.
Yeah.
See, I'm kind of concerned. I say that to my one coworker, and every time I say it, he never comes into work the next day. So
You're like, "Bro, I'm just
that's
playing."
a retrospective on how I present myself, I think.
My God, Soggy.
Yeah, you need to ask yourself some questions. Sonny.
Oh my God.
If you say that,
Like,
people
usually-
get nervous. Then we need
Yeah,
to take a hard look
exactly.
inside.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, the one time it was because of myocarditis. He had like a mini heart attack or something like that. He didn't come in the next day. Like mostly it's been
Oh, sure.
coincidence, I think. That's how it's been explained to me. But I don't know. I mean,
Soggy, what do you do for work anyway?
I fix cars. I work on Porsches, actually.
Yeah.
I like cars. That's cool.
You like cars? Is it hard talk time?
And before they take over.
No, elevation sickness. So, my in-laws used to live in the same apartment building I currently live in, and I lived in an apartment complex that was down the mountain from where I live, and has all of the elevation in between where I used to live and where I live now. So I never came up here. I didn't fucking like it up here. I thought it was a shitty place. I just don't fucking like being up here. I don't fucking like being up here now. So I got told, we're going to have family dinner. You need to come up. So I was like, fine, I'll fucking come up. I started feeling really, really shitty about an hour before dinner started. And in all honesty, every single time, her food sucked. So it was either anxiety or I was starting to feel the effects of elevation sickness. But I started feeling extremely nauseous, like I was going to shit myself. The normal shit of I don't want to be at my mother-in-law's, and for some reason, I feel sick as a dog. So I don't even remember what the fuck we ate that night, and we end up getting home. And I walk in the door, and I've never had this feeling before in my life. I had complete vertigo. I felt like I could not stand straight to save my fucking life. Everything was wavy. I finally got to the couch in my dining room, and I laid down. My wife pulls the garbage can up behind the couch, and my son's toilet was in front of my kitchen table that I used as a desk. So I didn't know that the garbage can was sat behind me, and I fell asleep. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I threw up in the baby toilet because I was like, fuck, you know what? Sometimes you just got to throw up. And I filled up the baby toilet, and I pushed it away from me because you don't want to ever smell that shit as you're throwing up.
Sure.
And then I did one of
Yeah,
one
fair
of the
enough.
most weird fucking things that I've never heard anybody be able to say. You know what? I've seen that before. I fucking projectile vomited so strongly. I didn't move from facing the wall, and I projectile vomited backwards into the fucking garbage can.
Oh, that's foul. That
Sick.
reminds me of the last dude. I ate Subway once. It was
awesome.
meatball marinara on garlic cheesy bread. Dude, both ends at once were blown out. Terrifying experience.
The Subway I worked at never changed out their meatballs. Every 3 weeks they changed them.
Oh,
That's
that
why you
makes
double blown
so
out?
much-